Hey, if you're watching this, this is a live broadcast. You skip forward into the stream, or you know, do what you want to do. Get this. You know, do what you want to do. On, by the way. Yo, what's up, Jonathan? What's up, brother? Hope you're doing well, my man. All right, hang on a sec. I'm going through this and posting this that I'm live, by the way. That way, more people know. That made more people know, man. AMC this week, man. Talk to me, dude. Oh, dude, I want AMC to pop. Honestly, I just wonder if we're gonna get volume for it, right? That's literally the only thing AMC's waiting on, man, is volume. Everything else is there and ready, you know. The short levels are there. Everything's there. I'm just ready for to see it pop or not, honestly. Let me get this posted again as well. If you guys have it, make sure to hit the like button below. Almost 2K. Oh, really? Yeah, damn, man, bro, chilling, trying to double my money. I'm at 10 right now. Oh, you at a? Did you get a? What's your buying price on that one? Yo, what's up, Roland? What up, man? New week, new money. Yeah, you ain't kidding, dude. It's Sunday. Yo, what's up, Barry? How you doing, brother? Everything is there. Everything is there. Like I said, it's just the only thing isn't there right now is just volume, honestly. Everything else is there for the taking. We just got to get, like I said, man, volume numbers up and we'll shoot. Yo, what's up? What's up, Philo? How you doing, brother? Thank you so much for the sub, man. Thanks for the sub, bro. Barry Wrangle, dude. Yeah, everything is there, Barry. It really is. Like I say, we're just waiting for some takeoff to happen, honestly. Once it gets rolling and more people get excited about it, I feel like the volume will take off itself. It's just getting that off the ground, right? It's just getting off the ground, man. Flow Mo. Oh, you know, I should have knew that actually. I was like, dude, how do I say this name? It's so much easier than I was even looking at it. I was trying to complicate it so hard. I was like, maybe it's an F, but like maybe I don't say it with it. I don't even know. Yo, what's up, Flo? How you doing, man? Well, now I know. Yo, how you doing though, Roland? How you doing, man? Yeah, I've been holding as well. Man. I was outside earlier. I had to shovel snow forever, man. Oh god, I had to shovel snow just to get up our darn driveway. It was like a big ice pit. It was terrible. People do it all. I'm sure they do, honestly, because if you look at your name, you're thinking like you could say it in so many, almost so many different ways. You probably could say that name, but then when you actually just say the PH with an F, then you're like, oh, Flomo. I didn't think about that, man. Holding on to AMC, man. Yo, what's up, Kryzen? I think a lot of people are probably holding AMC at this point. I feel like most people are. I've seen some people sell their GME stocks, but I think overall a lot of people are holding their AMCs. So at least it seems that way. I'm sure some people that sold here and there. Some people that are you know, flipping AMC too. They're buying at 1,000+ shares at like, say, the low $5 and then selling it when it gets up to like $650 and then selling. I'm sure there's some people there too doing that. I mean, I guess there's money to be made wherever you want to do it, right? 300 shares at $7. You should be fine then, especially even if there wasn't, because nobody knows for sure if there's going to be a like a big boost anyway. But even if there wasn't like a huge like boost, even when the recovery start bouncing again, you're at least going to double your money then as well, Flo. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I definitely wouldn't sell right now at its low spot. Definitely wouldn't sell right now in its low. It's way too low to sell right now, honestly. Where do we end aftermarket hours on Friday? I haven't looked in a minute. Yeah, 575. 575 would be silly to sell, right? Especially if you've held since this long. Because if it does take off for sure, then it'd be silly to. I mean, at $5, it'd be silly to sell, honestly. I think anything under $10 is pretty silly to sell at. But I mean, everybody got their own price points, right? Everybody's got their own price point, man. All right, for summer, Jeff Bezos or the shore, dude. Yeah, I mean, Jeff Bezos wouldn't happen though until, like I said, 2022 is the earliest they could do that because of the movie situation. Obviously, recovery would be the next soonest step. If the short squeeze doesn't happen, the next step would be, you know, obviously the recovery, the end of summer area, when you see more things start popping off that way. Either way, you're gonna double your money at $7, right? Either way, you're gonna double money at $7. So I definitely wouldn't sell at that point. And 7K simply for the memes. I feel like a lot of people are memeing it, man. Is it too late to buy CCIV? I don't think it's too late to buy CCIV, honestly, man. I really don't think it's too late to buy CCIV. You might actually be able to get it at a little bit of a break. It might come down, honestly, man, a little bit more. You've seen right here when a big investor drops some of their shares right here. This big candlestick right here, more than half of this candlestick, guys, was a big top dog selling right here. They sold right here towards the top. They probably wish they would have sold at 60 something bucks. But a big top dog sold right here on CCIV. So that's the reason why this dropped so much. It didn't drop that whole thing, obviously, and people saw it dropping like big time, so people started paper handing and selling really quick, right? But the new evaluations, people were looking at the valuations at $15 billion. Well, it came out and they said it's $12 billion, right? That last article said $12 billion. But now, yesterday, some more articles came out saying it could be valued again at $15 billion. If that's the truth, that could bring the price down some. The first $15 billion price tag was actually when we seen the shift from the $30 to the $40. That's when everybody said it was going to go from 15 to 12. So that bumped the price up to 40 bucks. So if it is 15, it might bring the price down again a little bit. Company evaluations like that definitely affect stock prices. So it could bring them down some with the CCIV prices. It'd be good to see because I want to buy in more, but I just don't know if I'm going to buy in more at this $50+ If it comes down to like 45 bucks, I'm gonna load the boat again, right? So if this Monday or Tuesday, if this comes down to close to 45 bucks, I'll probably load the boat. I think anything, if you can get under 50, you're really good. $52 isn't bad, but right now it's at $54.60. I don't think it's terrible because if you're holding long term, you should be fine. But again, man, it just depends on where you're comfortable buying in at. Because if you're holding long term, which most people probably are, because you know most people want this to be the next Tesla, which I don't think it's going to be the next Tesla. Don't get me wrong on that. I think it's going to be its own thing. Like I said, I think it's almost kind of like the Neo of America, because you know Neo's at that luxury EV market in China. So this would be our luxury EV market, other than like maybe Faraday, which Faraday did go bankrupt back a few years ago, but now they're back again, right? A lot of people were talking about Faraday as well. Thoughts on the DraftKings? I think DraftKings look great, Jonathan. I also think you should maybe look at Gamble, which is GMBL. It's more than doubled over the past few weeks. I've been talking about Gamble since it was like $7. I tell a lot of people they should got into Gamble. Again, remember, I'm not a financial advisor, by the way. Make sure you guys are doing your own research for sure. But I try to do a lot of research for you guys. But Gamble's actually, I feel like, a really good buy-in too, man. I feel like Gamble could be the next DraftKings, honestly. I could definitely see Gamble, because Gamble partnered up with another sports gambling company, so they partner together now. And Gamble's like the esports gambling league, and then you have the sports company on the side of that. They partner together now, which makes Gamble. It's you can look it up though. It's actually a lot of cool stuff in there. I've been liking that company since about $6.50. I've been talking about it since about $7 though. Yo, what's up, Gerald? How you doing, brother? If you guys have it, make sure you guys hit the like button. It'd be super nice, and I definitely would appreciate it. It'd mean a lot. I should probably get I'm gonna get a link for our Discord too. If anybody's not in our Discord channel, Let me get. There we go. I did it. What do you think about HCMC after the lawsuit? Potentially $1.50 maybe. It could go up. I don't know how far HCMC is going to go. Just remember, if on these like very like super penny stocks, just remember not to put more money than you can risk, right? Because at any time, man, those stocks could go way back down too. So, you know, if you're going to put like maybe $100 or a couple $100 you don't really care about in there, that's probably fine. I just wouldn't go over what you could risk to lose, right? Because those things could shoot up really quick or shoot down really, really quick as well. And I've seen it happen to a lot of people, man. And a lot of stocks, kind of like ACMC, man, that, you know, won lawsuits and then the price spikes and people are buying in like crazy, and then it drops back down drastically, and then people lose a lot of money. So just make sure if you're doing those things, make sure you're getting in at a price point that you're okay with, and also make sure you're not putting more money than you can risk to lose, right? Because those super penny stocks can be very volatile. I always say that a lot. I know you guys hear me say it a lot, but it's really true. I've seen so many people lose their butts, man, you know, putting thousands of dollars into super penny stocks like that and then losing it really quick. Looks like GME went up over the weekend. Yo, what's up, Brandon? What's up, man? News on GME. I think GME right now, honestly, is one, waiting on volume, and then two, waiting on more of this news from the lawsuit front from SEC, because I feel like that's the biggest catalyst to get, you know, GameStop back in the news, and that would be the fastest catalyst in terms of getting volume back. And then once volume gets back, hopefully we can keep those stock numbers up, and then, you know, eventually some of these companies that bought puts will have to buy back in as well, and that should push the stock price back up as well. So I feel there's a couple more factors to GME, whereas on AMC it's just definitely right now it's just volume that's holding AMC back. Whereas GME, obviously, you know, keeping the price point up, not letting some of these people like Citadel and others make their put money back and breaking even, right, when they go to buy back in. Yeah, the appeal of HCMC to me is that I can put a very low amount and not... Yeah, exactly. And like I said, if that's something you want to do and get some good gains on it, that could be something that happens. Honestly, it really is, Asia. Like I said, it's nothing... you know, I've really put money into, you know, a couple $100, you know, into these kind of super penny stocks as well, made money off of them, but I've also lost before. It's the reason why I try to make sure I let people know that, hey, man, you could lose really quick, because I've seen these things shoot up to, you know, from below a penny or right at a penny up to, like, you know, up to $1, and then go all the way back down to like 2 or 3 cents again. And people buying in at like 50 cents on the way up. Just make sure you're comfortable with losing if that happens. But usually you can put a couple $100 in and not feel so bad about it, right? Because you can turn that couple $100 into thousands of dollars, right, really quick. So it's like it's a risk reward there, man. It really is. I'm gonna put the Discord link. If you guys aren't in Discord, you guys can join Discord. Anybody can join it. Love to have you guys. I'll pin that too as well. Did you guys hear about the weekend? The 3 companies suspended over the weekend from trading. One of them got suspended like Friday morning, man, like super early morning. Which stocks were those anyway, Jonathan? I was wondering which stocks those were. I know they got suspended like super early. One of them did, especially. It was pre-market hours they got suspended. I was just wondering what the heck was going on there. I was like, what the heck? It seems like that's happened more lately than others. I think there's something going on with some of these stocks in terms of like either lawsuits or companies lying. Because I don't know if you guys remember Nikola, which Nikola was an EV, which is still an EV company actually. Somehow it's still a thing that people actually invest in. For God's sakes, if I could tell you guys one thing, one EV company, man, that I wouldn't do is Nikola, just because they've lied so many times, man. It's been bad. It's been bad with Nikola. Oh Lord. At this point, Nikola is the meme stock. I feel bad for Nikola though, kind of sometimes. But then again, they kind of brought that on themselves for pushing a truck down a highway. Pushing a truck down that highway, man. It was on the news. GME was one I know. Oh, I don't know about that then, John. I have no idea. I know somebody was talking about a stock that they really liked that got suspended like early in the day. And it was suspended that whole all Friday. So I was wondering if that was one of the stocks. Yo, what's up, Mike? The meme stock, dude. I'm telling you, man, the meme stock of them all is that's Nikola. Good old Nikola, man. Let's say that's the meme stock to rule them all. If you guys have it, make sure you guys hit the like button below. I would definitely appreciate it. It'd mean a lot. It'll mean a lot, man. But yeah, back on that track of CCIV. I don't think CCIV right now is like super overpriced, because we could see it hit $100 obviously this year, or maybe even more. Right now, obviously this last like few days have been kind of hype because of the news, and then maybe Tuesday there was news that came out that maybe Tuesday might be the day that they signed the deal. If that happens, man, on Tuesday, even with the new evaluation, if the new evaluation is right at 15 billion instead of 12 billion, you could probably see that. I could see this price shooting up to $80 though with CCIV, maybe even more. But again, having a $15 billion valuation hurts the. It doesn't really hurt the price. It's pretty much the same. So a $40 stock price at, say, 12 billion is actually the same as a $50 stock price at, say, 15 billion, right? So it wouldn't be that difference. If it comes out and it's 12 billion, $50 is the same as $40. So if it comes out and say let's say it's 15 billion, then $40 would be the same as $50, right? If that makes sense. So 12 is $50 price tag pretty much, and 15 billion price point would be the $40. It would be the exact same, if that kind of makes sense. So actually, a bigger price point would mean a lower stock, price point to buy in it. It all depends on market evaluation when it comes in, whether it's 12 or 15. Honestly, though, if this does get signed on Tuesday on CCIV, we could definitely see this price. I definitely could see the price going to $80 or something crazy. Even without that, is also even without them making, any cars in terms of selling a car yet, or anything like that, right? We don't know about the 900 volt charging systems, how that's going to work, because most households don't have a 900 volt charge. And then also on top of that, you got the 48 plugs, and most places don't have 48 plugs. So it's definitely going to be a little bit of an issue there. But if there's going to be infrastructure there, it should be good. I was actually expecting a while back for Tesla to come out and do that. So I was actually expecting Tesla to come out and do that. CCIV is Lucid Motors. It's a EV company. So EV cars. They're starting out. They're more a luxury model, kind of like, I don't know if you know what NIO is, but NIO in China is like the luxury EV market in China, right? And that's pretty much what NIO is to America, pretty much. Or not NIO, but that's pretty much what Lucid is, aka CCIV, would be to America. It'd be kind of like a the luxury market for EVs. Hard to say. I got a diverse portfolio, including blue chips and some penny stocks and a few meme stocks. Got you. I mean, it's good to spread it out a little bit anyway, right? You don't want to get too crazy with it unless you're in maybe like an ETF or something like that in terms of like tons and tons of stocks. Unless you're just like long-term holding it as well. Usually I like to stay under probably like 20, 25 stocks. And then, I do have some holdings in other things too, like, more long-term holds that I don't really care about in terms of like ETFs or like some Vanguards and things like that, funds. And I have some pies on like M1 Finance as well. Like Rod, yeah, kind of like like Lordstown, yeah. But this right here would be a little bit more, I guess like fancy dancy. But yeah, it's an EV market, yeah. EV market is the play right now, right? So a lot of people are into EVs. Yeah, the more we see the EV expand, and especially with the DIMs at in the lead role in the government right now, you'll see a lot more like wind, solar powered stuff. You'll see a lot more EV stocks flying up, marijuana stocks, things like that as well. And you'll also see a lot more infrastructure going up for EVs, like outlets and charging stations, and like whether that's like outside, like maybe even a McDonald's. You see a lot of McDonald's now, or even KFCs and things like that. Hell, I've even seen them here lately going up at some of the outside of like a Walmart and places like that as well. A lot more EV stations going up there as well, man. Again, like I said, the only thing they're have to address is that 900 volt, and that different plug that's going to be required for CCIV. But again, that could be, I guess that could probably be implemented maybe fairly easy. I don't really know. Obviously, it's going to be more difficult than me saying easy, but I'm sure they have a plan in place for that 900 volt charging. 100%. I bought some Jet US Airlines ETF. I'm up 12% right now and planning to hold post-COVID. When I think airlines will get a huge amount. Oh yeah. I think Jets is a great ETF to buy into for sure. If you just want to diversify yourself, right there, if you want to diversify yourself in terms of an ETF, Jets is great. What's the pay on Jets ETF? Is it like 0.5%? What do you have to pay in, like, if you were to sell? Like, what is your pay in there? Hard to believe, but Ford and GM are EV plays now. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good to see that. GM has what did they buy, man? They bought, what did somebody tell me in the chat. I don't know if some of you guys know. It's in my head, I can't think of the name. But was it Volt? No, it's not the Volt. I'm not talking about the car either. They bought into the technology anyway, for the EV stuff. And then Ford, you know, I feel like Ford's a little bit behind, honestly, though. But hopefully they'll get caught up. The biggest thing for these companies that have been around for so long, like GM and Ford, is that they're gonna have to, like, probably shut down some of these, like, you know, motor companies or motor, like, factories, like, you know, making so many motors and crazy stuff like that. I feel like that's their biggest hurdle is, you know, shutting some of those things down and then, you know, turning those places into, you know, other things for their EV cars, right? I don't think they'd shut them all down in terms of, like, people losing their jobs like crazy. It used to be like, instead of making motors, now they're making other things for the EV market for Ford. It'd be like a lot of like, you know, old stuff coming out, you know, new stuff coming in. It's a lot, you know what I mean? And then you got these newer EV companies which don't have to do all that, right? They just make new factories and then they, you know, go from there. They don't have to worry about, you know, taking all the old stuff out and, like, switching things around. From, like, old motors and all those crazy stuff. There's a lot to do there. You're a day trader, swing trader, or investor? I'm a lot of both, Mike. I like doing both, man. I'm a lover of making money, if that makes sense, dude. I'm a what do you want to call it, man? A swing at all trades, pretty much. Whether that's real estate or the stock market or whatever, man, there is to make money in. I'm that. I'm on that side, right? I'm also the side of giving money to other places too, as charities and things like that as well. But I guess I'm just an investor into my money, right? I like doing a lot of things though. I do like swing trading / day trading though. Those are very fun things to do. I probably don't do it as much as I could. Because I do focus on a lot of things at once, whether that's, you know, the real estate or whether that's this stream as well. Man, I've been doing a lot of stuff into YouTube the past 3.5 months now. I've been trying to get into a lot of things, honestly. I think I'm playing long, but I want to find more week-long swing plays. There's a lot of them out there though, Mike. Man, honestly, there's a lot of week-long swing trades or even month-long swing trades. Honestly, dude, what I do when I look at a stock, I usually have a plan in place, whether that's, you know, buy now and then 15 minutes later sell it, or, you know, buy now and I'll sell by the end of the day, or, you know, buy now and I sell by the end of the week, or buy now and I sell by the end of the month. Or sometimes I have a money, you know, like a money target in my mind. Like, do I want to buy this stock and I want to double my money, or do I want to triple my money here and then get out? Kind of like I did with, Macrovision. Like, my Macrovision play was to buy Macrovision and then triple my money. I did triple my money. I almost quadrupled my money and then got out. I almost stayed a little bit too long, honestly, in Macrovision. So sometimes you'll get ahead of yourself, man, and make mistakes, though. Like, you know, I've done it before too, where you get into plays and then you don't get out, and when you coach yourself you're going to get out, and then you end up hurting yourself. So it's always good to have a play in your mind and, like, try to stick to that. Whether that may be, man, whether it be, you know, swing trade that stock or stay long term. I do love me some long term trades though, in terms of, like, just keeping and holding it for a very long period of time, whether that's years or months. I like a little bit of both though. Didn't know anything about stocks, but I really want to get into it. John, now's the perfect time, man. Honestly, you know, your best bet in terms of, like, learning like very hard. Obviously, like, you know, watching people like me, or especially, like, reading it definitely helps out, and, like, visualizing it. You know, reading lots of stuff on that, because there's lots of free information out there in terms of just like reading and looking at things to learn about stocks. It's definitely not a simple thing, but it's something I feel like everybody should learn. Definitely something everybody should learn, right? Bye, bro. You explain things well. Yo, thank you, Mike. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. On PLTR bounce, how much do you think we could get back up compared to 38 bucks? I honestly think PLTR, I bought PLTR at $25, right? The other day when it bounced down. I told myself I'd buy PLTR if it went under $30. And, you know, when it went under $30, I thought about buying, and I was like, well, I'll hold on a little bit longer and see what happens with that, right? And I told chat, you know, what is it? Probably, I don't know. It was back, I think like Tuesday I was going to buy once it went under 30 bucks. And I held out until like went down to $25, and I hopped on the trains. Like, you know, at that point, like whatever, right? 25 bucks, I think we're fine. I think we could see PLTR by the end of this year. Maybe come back up to that $40 area, honestly. I think PLTR to me is a long-term hold, right? I think it can continue to grow. I think PLTR continues to grow and see where it goes from there. Do you think Invis is still a good buy around $18? It's gone up a lot, and I hear it will continue long-term. I think long-term, 18 bucks is fine, Asia. I think long-term, you know, is fine on that, Invis. I think Invis is a great company. Again, I only sold Invis because I had a price point in mind, right? I had a price point in mind, and I got out, you know, when I was, you know, supposed to. Well, actually, I stayed a little bit longer than I should. But I bought Invis back in the it was mid-January. It was mid-January back here. I think it was either the 12th or the 13th. I have to go back and look, but the 12th, 13th. I bought it super low, and I wanted to, you know, get my money up anyway. I wanted to triple it, so I more than tripled anyway when I sold. I could have did more, like I said, but I also, you know, could have came down this hill too and continued to hold it now if I didn't sell it. But I do think Invis is a great long-term hold. I don't know what they have right now. Like, see this, dude? Like, this price targeting is so weird on Invis, because I feel like a lot of the market hasn't came around to what like Invis and some of these other companies are, right? And you know how much room they have to grow. But I think long-term holds on Invis are perfectly fine. I can see Invis doubling in price within the next year or so, right? It might not be the exact year, but year and a half, I can see Invis doubling to 40 bucks area, honestly. Pretty much get the free, yeah, definitely the free subscription to Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg. I'll tell you ratings on stocks from good. Yeah, I mean, Bloomberg's good, man. I like Bloomberg. Like I said again, though, I mean, like doing your own research, I wouldn't listen to everybody that tells you like this stock's great, right? Like when I do stock videos, like you guys know me. Some of you guys might be new to the channel. Like I like to do deep dives into stocks, right? You guys know me. I deep dive into it. I like to read, you know, I like to give you guys like articles to look at and tell you guys why this stock is great, why it's going to grow, and things like that. Because I know some of you guys aren't going to go and do your own research. At least I can do some research for you. But I know some of you guys will do your own research, and I think everybody should do their own research. Because at the end of the day, man, especially stock news these days, there is some meme stocks or some hype stocks, obviously, every day that'll go up way past where they're supposed to be. But honestly, man, like having a good stock with a good foundation and you believe in what they're doing and you believe in their future, that'll be the best thing you can do for a stock. Do I think XPing's bottom's 40 bucks? I can't believe XPing's at $40. I'm gonna be honest with you, Dan. I bought more the other day, dude. I think XPing is easily a $65 price point now. Same thing with Neo. I think Neo's at easily a $70 stock right now, right? At 55 bucks. You got XPing at $40. I think right now people are putting their money into CCIV. I think right now is the time to buy. I think right now people are taking some of their money from XPing and Neo, and they're moving that cash over to CCIV because they see this big gold rush right now, right? And then when people don't see that gold rush anymore, people will move some of their money back out and put it back over to XPing and Neo. And in the long run, like I said, I can see Neo and XPing one day being $300 plus companies. I'll invest in Neo and XPing all day long. You guys know me, man. I'm very bullish on Neo and XPing. They're just too good of a companies, man. You got XPing moving drastically fast, selling tons of cars every month. Every month's a new record. You got Neo's the same way. You got NEO within the next few years is looking to move into the American market. You got NEO with the battery swap technology. Not everybody likes the battery swap technology, but it's different. It's innovative. You know, nobody else is doing the battery swap technology. You have XPeng, which is moving into the European market. So you got, you know, and China itself is a huge EV market right now and growing every year. So with XPeng moving into Europe, you got NEO moving into America the next few years. China's EV market is exploding. I don't see why. Anyway, I just don't see a bit downside to either one of those companies that I can see anyway. And I do a lot of studying into it. So I know a lot of other people are kind of like Li Auto as well. I don't know much about Li Auto though, so don't get me wrong on that one. I don't really know. That might be a good company. I just actually haven't sat there, you know, and read, you know, multiple hours on Li Auto and what their, you know, future, you know, prospects are. The same thing with Candy Tech. Some people tell me about Candy Tech, which is another EV company in China. It's trading around like $8. I don't know much about them either, so, you know, asking me about those right now might not be the best deal. But I can do some research on those if anybody wants me to. But I do know some people like Li Auto as well, but I don't know much about Li Auto. I do know that's probably like the third or fourth biggest EV company in China, but I don't know a bunch about them. I've read a lot about NEO and I've read a lot into, you know, XPeng, and I feel very comfortable with those picks, right? And like I said, you know, China's EV market's massive. Should buy, oh yeah, Apple at 129 is easy money. Again, Nukin, you know, Apple right now, that's not even counting, you know, like buying it now, Apple is usually a gainer anyway, right? Year over year, if you look at year over year, Apple's just an up gainer. That doesn't even counting like when they come out with their, whatever you want to call it, their new EV car, you know, iCar, whatever, in the next, like, you know, 2 or 3 years. There's always some blunderings going around there as well. So when that happens, you know, Apple, you know, price point could, you know, triple really quick because it's Apple, right? And a lot of people are going to be investing into that because it's, you know, Apple and EV. Thoughts on your portfolio? Well, anything with ARK Invest, you're good to go because, you know, anything Kathy prints it's the money printer Kathy, right? Kathy Woods, man, is nuts, dude. I think Sense is a good buy-in, honestly. A lot of people don't like Sense. But as a diabetic myself, obviously being a type 1 diabetic, and if you look at Dexcom, which Dexcom's way different than Sense, don't get me wrong, man. I think Sense and PaveMed are two great companies to buy in for, you know, the future of like diabetes and the future of glucon or glucose monitoring systems. I think PaveMed has a really cool one in the works right now. Not only that, PaveMed also has their esophageal cancer technologies that nobody else has as well right now. And then you got, you know, Sense, I think it should be on a good buy. I don't know where they're going to go, obviously. They might just, you know, they might go, you know, double where they're at now and fizzle and be around that area. But if you're looking at Dexcom, obviously Dexcom's a $400 price point. I don't know if Sense or PaveMed's going to be at $400. But I do think that PaveMed could easily probably 4x itself from right now. And I also think Sense could probably double or triple itself. Just thinking about this. Yo, what's up, Lovemore? Hope you're doing well. Thanks, man. I feel even more convinced. I love XPeng, Dan. I love XPeng, dude. Again, like I said, you know, XPeng is just now moving into the European market, right? And the European market is one of the fastest growers in EV right now. So, and then also, like I said, man, China's market is huge, right? So when you count XPeng in for China and you count XPeng in for the European market, you know, their possibilities are endless. And maybe one day we'll see XPeng in America too, right? But the only one we know right now is going to come to America eventually is NEO. NEO already has offices in America, and they're looking to bring it to America in the next few years. But again, they're going to be making their cars here in America. NEO would be. So the cars they sell in America would be made here. So that's the reason why NEO's taking so long. They're having to find factories to work with or build their own factories. There's a lot involved in NEO on that. That's one reason why I like NEO as well. I do get it's a Chinese company, so some people aren't going to touch it, right? Some people aren't going to invest to a Chinese company. That's just the way it is, dude. And that kind of holds it back a little bit. But I think overall, I can see NEO and XPeng being, you know, $300 or $400 stocks in, you know, the next 5-10 years, which could easily, you know, what that does to your money. It's a money grower to me, so I'll throw the bucket at that. Thoughts on Ehang? I made some money on Ehang, man. I think Ehang had a hit piece put out on him, man, by somebody. I don't know. Somebody hated him. right? Somebody hated EHang. They really did. They put a hit piece, man. It went from $130 all the way down to 44 bucks. I felt bad for EHang, but I did buy in, you know, at $46 on EHang, and then I rode the train back up to 68 and sold. But I think EHang should be okay. I think that hit piece was a little harsh. But I don't know where I don't know if they're gonna get back to 100 bucks again. I don't know. Eventually they may, right? I'm talking about like short term. If you're looking for short term, I don't know where EHang is gonna go. I really don't know where EHang is gonna go on that end. It also depends on if there's some lawsuits. There's a lot to you know, digest with EHang, man. There really is. There's a lot of there that I just don't know about. So that would be $129. Should I invest? I think Apple's a great long-term investment, John. I think getting Apple under 130 bucks is a great buy-in price. I think Apple under $130. If it goes to 125, that's even better, right? But I just don't know if it's going to stay under that price point of 129 bucks. Let's bring up Apple real quick. Oh, I have it over somewhere. Where you at, Apple? There it is. Is it hidden from me? I will say this though. Yeah, if you could have went back, where's this at? Like I've had Apple for about 2 years now, so I've been holding Apple for about 2 years, right? And I will say this lasts since when is it? Since the 19th. It was at 104 bucks. Still, like I said, it's a slow good gainer, right? And especially once Apple announces their Apple Car or iCar, I could definitely see this stock like doubling in price, right? Maybe even overnight. I don't know how fast it's going to go, but again, I feel like Apple's a good gainer to have in there. That's usually going to be gaining. Sometimes there's going to be humps here and there, right? Like this right here where you kind of down gain, but same thing right here. You know, you had a down gain here and then up. I feel like Apple's just a good long-term gainer to keep your account in the green. It's also one of those stocks where you just want to you know, in terms of like a buy-in, you just want to buy to hold, right? Or buy to own. Whether that be 100 shares of Apple or 1,000 shares of Apple. It's the same thing to me like Amazon. So Amazon's like another one of those stocks you buy to own, right? You have like a certain amount of stocks you want in there, like whether it's like 10 shares or 100 shares. It's one of those just buy to hold or buy to own. It's just, for me, it's like, you know, XPeng or Neo or any of those. To me, even Disney, man, is another one for me that I've held on for a long time as well now. There's quite a bit of those stocks here and there, man, that are good gainers. So do this. Can you buy stocks right now? No, stock market is Monday through Friday. If you're on Webull, you can buy from 4 a.m. until what is it 8 p.m. If you're not on Webull, I think it's like what 30 minutes before and like an hour afterwards or something like that. I like Webull a lot. I use Webull a lot. If you guys want to use Webull, I use Webull. I use it here. I'm using it right now. If you sign up, you put $100 in, you get 2 free stocks worth of $1,800 through the Webull link as well. But yeah, Webull lets you buy, sell, and trade a lot. You know, way before pre-market and you know, aftermarket. 4 hours before, 4 hours after. Day-to-day operations, read their news, look at their cash flow. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to you know, look at there, right? You can look at look at your PE levels, which PE levels don't always mean everything, right? You got your forward PE, you got your regular PEs. You know, definitely, obviously, look at like, you know, market caps or another thing to look at as well. There's a lot of stuff to digest there, and it sounds like a lot, right? It sounds like a lot. But once you get into stocks and start realizing what stocks and looking at them and analyzing stocks and looking at the news, and because you do have to you know, factor in the future, right? It's like CCIV, you know, people aren't buying CCIV at $60 because they're stopping out cars right now and selling them left and right? They're buying on the speculation that Lucid Motors is going to make a great car in the future, and they're going to be selling them like hotcakes in the future. So you have to, PE levels and things like that don't always mean everything. But reading in and looking at future catalysts and there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Yeah, there's Ameritrade does the same too, Cliff. Yeah, it does, man. I just like using Webull because it's very very easy to use. I do have a Ameritrade account though. I don't really use it a lot. I usually use M1 Finance and Webull now. So. It's a good idea to buy more CCIV pre-market, just hold, or buy at market open. The only bad thing I say about CCIV and pre-market is obviously the volume numbers aren't as big as they are during market hours. So sometimes buying in pre-market hours can get you bid a little bit. Sometimes you buy a little bit above where you probably should have bought in at. But again, if you're buying in CCIV long term, I think you're fine, because obviously once they start making cars, this is going to be double, triple, where it's at. Because again, you are buying into an American company, so that adds into people buying into that stock, right? Same thing I was talking about earlier, like NIO and Xpeng. If NIO and Xpeng were in America, their stock price would be out of this world, right? It'd be way up there. It'd be in the probably hundreds of dollars already. But again, they are they are a Chinese company, so it's it's a give and take there. So yeah, I think at the buy-in right now, if you're buying to hold long term, you're fine, right? If you want to get the best price possible and see if it falls back some, you could do that as well. But I don't know if it's going to fall back much. Again, I do think though, if it is a $15 billion eval, that can make the price come down a little bit, because when it's selling, if it's a 12 billion market cap, the price would be higher than a 15 billion market cap, right? If that makes sense to you. So say it's selling at $50 a stock, at 12 billion, that would be the same as it's selling at $40 a stock at 15 billion. I'm already holding 200 shares, and I'm thinking about upping my positions. Yeah, I feel you there, man. I own 500, Justin. I own 500 CCIV at $14.22. So I'm doing okay right now. But again, if it drops back to 45, I'll probably load some more onto that. At least a couple hundred more, probably. If it falls back to 45, I'll definitely do that. Is it recommended buy now, CCIV? Again, remember, you guys are buying speculation. We don't know for sure that CCIV is going to be partnering yet. It's about a 98% chance, right? Because they did a verbal agreement. There was an article that came out that said it was going to be around Tuesday when it gets signed, but it's not for sure, right? Tuesday could be. You think $80? You think 80? Like I said, once it gets signed, I think it might double in price to 100 once it actually gets signed into price. There might be a crazy hype man that just zooms it. I think it might just be a catalyst, man, that zooms it maybe to 180 to 100 bucks. But again, it could bring it back down some with that new evaluation. If the evaluation is at 15 billion instead of 12, that could bring the price down a little bit. But the catalyst is going to shoot up higher anyway, if that makes sense. Say it goes to $100. Let's say the stock goes to 100 bucks, right? And it's a $15 billion eval. But if it went at 12 billion, it could have shot it up to like 120. Or you could do options. You could do options as well. You could buy options as well. Or I just like companies like this. I just like to buy and own them, right? I'm more just a buy and own person on stuff like this. The same thing I bought into a Tesla or any of these other ones. It's more of like I strike to own a portion of that company. Whether that be 100 shares or 500 shares or 1,000 shares. I feel like those kind of companies, man, don't come around very very, very often, at least in terms of like just continued growth. Whereas a EV market can do that and is going to do that. I feel like those kind of things are strike to own type of things. If it's not Lucid Motors, what will happen to the price? If it's not Lucid Motors, I mean, Lucid Motors already had a verbal agreement, so it's obviously Lucid Motors, Justin. If for some godly sakes, man, that Lucid Motors doesn't sign, this week, and they say they just denied signing with CCIV, this price is going to shoot all the way back down to 10 bucks, right? It would shoot all the way down to 10 bucks. Right now, it's obviously is a speculation, but it's more than a speculation now than it was a week ago, because this last week. On Wednesday, we got verbal agreement, right? And now we got an article yesterday saying, "Hey, look, this is going to happen. This is definitely going to happen, right?" We got that article. I pulled the article up real quick as well. That way you guys see. It says Lucid Motors plans to go public. Could be announced Tuesday, right? So could be is a could thing. This is from Bloomberg, so it's a very good source. If Bloomberg's saying it, it's probably true, right? But again, it is speculation. It hasn't went through yet. So remember, if it doesn't go through, it's going to shoot down. Definitely going to shoot back down to where it came from, to $10. Definitely going to shoot down to $10 again. Oh, we broke. If that happens, yeah, Justin, we broke, man. We're all screwed if it doesn't go through. SOS to watch $100. I mean, it could. SOS. I feel like SOS is a good crypto play. Honestly, I do agree with you on that one, man. It could. I feel like with SOS, it's obviously riding on the back of crypto right now, so it could have a big catalyst there. Some of these stocks, it doesn't matter like what an analyst say, right? Because the analysts on like SOS the analysts say like the stock price for SOS is $1.25. Do we believe that? No, because crypto's up, man. And I don't know when of those analysts put that price point in. It could have been last month before crypto, or crypto's been up for a while now, but it could have been last month or something. I don't know. But I mean, it's right on the curse of crypto, so it could go where it wants to go. SOS could just rocket to the moon, man. It really could. Or it could stay around where it is right now, but it doesn't mean it's going to. If you guys haven't hit the like button, make sure you guys hit that like button. It'd be super nice, and I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, what's up, Christian? How you doing, brother? But I don't think SOS is a bad price right now. Just remember on these plays right here, make sure you have like a falling stop loss in place in case something crazy happens. Something crazy happens on those kind of speculative plays. It's the same thing with CCIV, right? You can have a stock a stop loss in place or a running stop loss in place. Just don't have it so smooth that if it does come down that it knocks you out of the play, right? Because you don't want that to happen either. But again, you want to have some wiggle there, just in case the stock price or they don't merge and the stock price just plummets. Just protect yourself, right? And again, that merger is probably like a 98% thing happening now, right? Probably like a 99% happening. Whereas before, it could have been like a 20-80 split. It could have been a 20% not happening. But you have a verbal agreement now. Verbal agreements 98% of the time happen. And then they're expecting Tuesday to sign that. So Tuesday, we could see that getting signed. What's up, Mr. Nice One? How you doing, man? Hey, I'm trying to answer everybody, by the way. You guys don't think I'm ignoring you. It's just when you got a lot of people answering, asking a lot of questions, I'm trying to get to it. I love you guys, and I appreciate you being here. And I hope everybody's having a great Sunday. Or I guess if you're in, like what is it, like Australia? It's like Monday already. It's almost Monday in the UK as well. So remember, it's only 5:30 here. But I appreciate everybody being here. Everybody's having a great day or night. What are your thoughts on Sundial? Let me look at Sundial. Yeah, I can bring up Sundial real quick. I think Sundial is a stock riding on the hype, honestly, and I don't know where it's going to go. I said this plenty of times. I think Sundial's a $1.50 stock, max without hype, right? But a hype is a catalyst for launch, and hype and volumes can make these stocks do crazy things. And again, like I said, I personally won't buy Sundial unless it's like $1.20. But that's just me again. Remember, I'm a more conservative person on these kind of things. But I think, with the hype right now, I think it's probably like $1.50 stock, but it could shoot up to $3 on that hype. I don't know where it could go, honestly. It's one of those stocks that got caught up in the hype of the weed stocks, and that shot it up very high, and it put on a lot of people's radars. And again, I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think, it got shot up because of the weed stocks got brought up very high, and then people dropped them right here. You can tell, plummeted, and it's pretty much been downhill sledding since then. And we've seen a little bit of a level off on Friday. I don't know where that's going to take it though. I don't know where that's going to take it to. If I was being honest though, I would say Sundial's probably going to stay around that $1.50 area. But again, if more hype gets involved again this coming week for it, it could shoot up again. I would say if you're looking to get into Sundial, try to get in low as possible, and then look for catalyst in social media, wherever that Sundial's getting back on the hype train. Look to see if volume levels are picking back up. Because you remember the volume levels were in the billions. In the last few days has been around like 500 million. So you went from a few billion to 500 million. You know, obviously that means the hype levels kind of settled a little bit and not as crazy as it was. So those kind of stocks, you just kind of look for a more bounce and hype and see what happens. That's what I would do. That's just me being, you know, a little bit more conservative, and a little bit more, you know, cautious and wanting to make sure I'm making money and not losing it. But you can go crazy, man. I don't care. It's your money, bro. Don't let me tell you how to use it. Do you think AMC will finish at $7 this week? If AMC can get some volume back, right? We had one day where AMC got back to a couple hundred, well, it was like 100,000 volume, or 100 million, my bad, 100 million volume one day. If we can put some back-to-back days together of 100 million, then we could see $7. But again, remember, you have to break that $6 barrier and then break the $7 barrier to get back up to that 7+ area. And a lot of those areas, you're going to have people kind of selling off some that are day trading or swing trading it. And then also, if there is people manipulating that stock, you're going to have to fight them as well, manipulating. And the only way to fight the manipulation on that, if there's a ladder attacks happening, would be have volumes up. That's really the only way. What should your sell limit order be at for CCIV in terms of like you're going to sell it at a certain level, or are you talking about like a trailing stop loss? I mean, if you're putting in a limit sell order, I mean, that's up to you. Like, what do you want to do in your money? You should have a plan in place. Do you want to, you know, make 20% on your money? Do you want to make 50% on your money? Do you want to double your money before that sale? Do you want to triple your money before that sale? That would depend on you on that one. I have no idea what you want to do with the money. You should definitely have a plan in place. Like me on CCIV, I'm a long-term holder, right? I'll probably have this stock in my portfolio for years to come unless something happens. Now, I had that same thought with Nikola, by the way, guys. So you remember Nikola? If anybody remembers Nikola in the chat, anybody remember Nikola? Does anybody here remember Nikola? I don't want to get legal. I don't want to get in legally trouble, so I won't talk bad mouth on too much. But I bought into Nikola because I thought it was a good buy-in, right? And it had a promising aspects. Well, Nikola thought it would be really great to have their big rig towed to the top of this little tiny small incline hill, and then they pushed their big rig down a hill and said it was driving itself. Well, that wasn't good, So Nikola sold off really big. So Nikola was my ex too. We were big exes at this point. I was a big Nikola fan until that happened, right? I thought they were doing great. We were getting lied to, obviously, right? Everybody's getting lied to. We're getting manipulated. And it wasn't more of a startup too, right? Nikola was more of a startup. So it wasn't like something like a Neo or an Xpeng or something that already has running cars. This was something that hadn't been running yet, but they did say they had something going that worked. And that brought a lot of people in. Well, Nikola, they pushed their darn car in the desert. They found this like small incline hill in the desert and pushed the big rig down the small incline, and then posted videos of it saying it was running down the hill by itself. So that happens. So always be wary, be in the news, right? Because I'm sure there was people that bought into Nikola at the very top, and they didn't look at the news catalyst happening that Nikola had pushed their, this rig down the hill, and they probably lost out a lot of money, right? Like, thank God I seen it, and I sold. I sold toward the top, which is good. I almost tripled my money in that company, but some people lost out a lot of money and didn't get out in time. So always remember, man, that all these companies aren't going to tell you the truth. And that's the reason why, like me, would say like CCIV, I am more cautious now of these startup companies a little bit, right? Just because you never know what's happening there, and you don't always want to take what that company says for granted, right? You want to have some good hard truth there and see other people talking about it. So, like, again, it goes into doing our own research. Make sure whatever stocks you're in, make sure you're kind of keeping up with the news of that stock and going from there. Lucid showing a working car right now. Is Lucid showing one right now? I don't know if anybody's actually... Has anybody actually test drove a Lucid car yet? I know a few people that here, I'll post you an article or two. Obviously, they haven't sold a car, right? So if they haven't sold a car, I think they have models of their cars, right? They haven't. If you're asking about selling cars, Lucid hasn't sold a car yet. No, guy. Lucid has not sold a car yet. So their cars right now are how do you want to call that? Like it's not like a speculation car, because it is a made model. It's a model car, so it's a model. They haven't sold one, so that's what they're trying to get into this coming up year. Obviously, is they have the factory built. So they do have a factory built though, guys. So they do have a factory. I think right now the biggest issue with Lucid is how they're going to implement their 900 volt charging systems. How they're going to implement that, since most places don't have demo prototype. So I call it a model car, demo prototype. There's a bunch of words for it. I think the biggest thing for me with Lucid is how we're going to have 900 volts at our houses, and how we're going to have the 48 plugs. So how we're going to have these 48 plugs, because Tesla could have went that route, and then Tesla didn't. I actually thought Tesla might do that, because it is a smaller wire and faster charging, right? So it's a good idea. I just want to know how they're going to implement all that. ACIC. We're going to talk about ACIC. I love ACIC, man. I love ACIC. I love it. ACIC, guys, is definitely another SPAC company you should have on your list. That is Archer Aviations. They just signed a $1 billion deal with United Airlines, with a chance of another $500 million in United Airlines. And ARK Invest just bought 5 million shares. Was it not 5 million? 5 million? Is it $5 million? $5 million worth of shares. So they bought $5 million worth of shares of ACIC as well. I love ACIC. If you guys don't know what ACIC is, I'll pull up some ACIC for you guys. This is a company I'm really actually super excited about. I'm actually excited about ACIC a lot, man. It's Archer Aviations. They make eVTOL, so this is pretty much like the future thing, right? They're looking to actually mass produce these in 2023. So you can actually see these flying in the air, come maybe 2024 or 2025 area. They're looking to start trying to mass produce these in the end of 2023. Like I said, they just signed a deal with United Airlines as well, for $1 billion with a chance of another $500 million. So they're buying 200 eVTOL to transport people back and forth to reduce carbon emissions. So I'll look up, where's Archer's website at? Archer, right here, dude. Yeah, this thing right here is freaking, it's sick, dude. It's sick, man. I need to pull up chat over here on this screen, because I don't have chat, because I have two PCs, by the way, so I'm gonna pull this up real quick on this side. That way, I have this going. If you guys have it, make sure to hit the like button below, man. It'd be super nice, and I definitely appreciate it. But this is something that's gonna be going down, man, right here, dude. Archer Aviations, it's ticker ACIC. But yeah, I'm really liking this company, man. They have a lot of cool stuff in the works. I'm buying charging stations, and we swap the batteries out for you like propane tanks. Nice, Nick. Nice, man. That's what I like about Neo, man. Is their battery swap technology, right? It's different. I like that a lot. But this right here is ticker ACIC again. If you guys like ARK Invest just put a lot of money into this company as well. They put it into one of their ETFs. But they're looking to what is it at? Maker, is it Maker? I think I was just at Maker, right? Oh, it's Mission. Missions, man. I did a video on ACIC as well. If you guys want to watch the video on ACIC, I did a video on CCIV. I also do update videos as well. But again, they're looking to, this plane right here is going to be pretty much you won't be able to hear it flying ahead either, because it's running on EV. So this is an EV play as well. So if you guys like EV plays, Archer is a good air stock, man. Good air stock to get into. Well, CCIV hit 90. I think, Joe, if CCIV does anyway get signed, if they actually sign that deal, I think it could hit 80 to 100 bucks for sure. Joe, I think it could hit 80 to 100 bucks. Atlas Crest Investments, yes, that's ACIC. Yeah, it's a SPAC company again. Eventually they'll be under ARCH. But for right now, they're under the ACIC Atlas Crest Investments. So it's a SPAC company again. They're looking to sign in June of this year. So they're going to be signing that SPAC in June this year. As that SPAC gets closer, you should see this price of ACIC go up as well. You should see this price continue. I've been in ACIC for a while as well. But I do think this could be is definitely a play for the future. Again, this isn't something you're probably going to swing trade really quick, or something. I don't think something you should swing trade. I think it's something if you buy into, you should definitely just hold it, because I think this is something, you know, something big for the future, right? Yo, Walls, Gary. Hey, Gary, you see this big head, man? My big head doesn't need to be any bigger. Nah, dude. I'm just a guy who likes stocks, brother. I'm just a guy who likes stocks. What do you think about Chameth? I don't know, honestly. I don't know what ticker is that gonna be on though, right, Nick? I don't know, man. I mean Mike. My bad, Mike. I don't know about. Obviously I know Chameth, but I don't know where it's gonna be at. All right, let me look at VCNX. All right, let me look at VCNX. Which one is VCNX? I think I've heard of it. Oh, VaccineX. Okay, yeah. I got you. VaccineX, yeah. And this right here, guys, is why you do not buy when a stock. Let me make this in a little bit further. Where are we at? This right here, guys, is why you don't buy stock when it's as soon as it gets, what do you call it, halted? Because when it comes out of halting right here, the price usually really high. So if you buy a stock at market price when it comes out of halt, usually you get put at the very top of the line, and then you'll be stuck up here somewhere. I don't know where VaccineX is. How do you say that? It's VaccineX, right? VaccineX. I don't know where VaccineX is going to go, but I do think it's definitely probably going to double its price at $4.80. So people right here should definitely at least, you know, break even. I don't know how high it's going to go though. I think that you know, depends on certain you know, certain things, because again, it is like a pharmacy type play, and obviously that arrives around like news and good news coming in for those kind of plays. But I do think you could see this price go to probably like, you know, $10 to $12, maybe more though, maybe more. Again, it's like Kim Farm, right? Kim Farm is going to be catalysting up very soon as well, because, you know, Kim Farm has their medicine for FDA approval on the 2nd of March. And that should catapult that as well. Probably double the price it is right now at, like, what is it, like $9.80, $10 area. I'm using Webull. So if you guys want to use Webull, you can use Webull as well right there on that link. Webull allows you to trade 4 hours before market open and 4 hours after market open. So instead of like thinking the market, you know, opens at, say, you know, at the regular time, it opens 4 hours before then, and instead of saying the market closes at 4, it closes at, you know, 8. I'm trying to think in Eastern time because I'm in Central, obviously, right? So I guess I could say it in Central time. But you get what I mean. Any thoughts on Lee versus Neo versus Xpeng? I think Neo, Xpeng can do very well by themselves, no matter what. I think those are companies you should. I think I would invest. I invest in. I don't think you have to, obviously, but I think both those companies do very well because one, China market's huge, right? That's by itself. Neo is looking to move into America within the next few years. So they'll be making cars here in America. They're looking to you know, get their own facility or partner with another company to make those cars here. And then you got Xpeng, which is moving into the European market, which could eventually move here as well. Obviously, Neo will probably move into the European market at some point as well. So I think Xpeng and Neo should do well. I don't know a lot about Lee, but I do know Lee's supposed to be pretty good, but I don't know a lot about him. I haven't really read a lot into Li Auto. I don't really know a lot about Li Auto, honestly. I'm gonna be completely honest, but I'm sure it's probably a great company because I've heard good things about Lee, but I haven't looked into Lee so much that I know what I'm doing. But I hear a lot of people say Lee is very undervalued. What is it trade? What is Li Auto trading at? I haven't even looked. Like I said, I haven't even really looked at Lee. I do own Neo and I do own Xpeng. I mean, it's only trading at $30. So I mean, analysts here say it's around 38 to $60. You know, $60 on a high. I can see it probably being like a $40 company on that end, probably, but it's probably undervalued though. Honestly, I wouldn't doubt it. You know, I haven't read a lot into Li Auto. I haven't read a lot into them. I do know a lot of info about Xpeng. I know a lot of info about you know, Neo, and I like their model and what they're doing, right? You know, Neo with their battery swap technology and eventually coming to America. And again, you got Xpeng, and like I said, Neo is a luxury model type where Xpeng isn't. You know, XPeng is a little more affordable cars for the most part, and they're moving into the European market. That's all I need to know, right? You got China, which is a big EV market right now. You got Europe, which is the biggest EV market, I think, and a growing EV market right now as well. So there's a lot of good there, I think. Again, Li Auto is probably undervalued, honestly, at $29. I don't know a lot about them, but I have seen a lot of articles, you know, when I was reading into XPeng as well. When I'm looking at XPeng, there's a lot of articles that say Li Auto is very undervalued, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't really know a lot about the company or read into them a lot. Yeah, Carlos, I'm a heavy ACIC guy, man. I love ACIC. It's very fascinating, man. That company is very fascinating. I think they have a lot of good stuff in the works, honestly. Been watching JFU. Actually, I don't even know what JFU even is, Doug. I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I'm gonna be straight honest with you. JF 9F Inc. What do they do? You did say JFU. Again, if I put something in wrong, I'm dyslexic as all hell, so don't worry. Don't blame me, man. What does JFU do? I really don't know. I don't know a lot about them, honestly. Please hit that like button. Hey, thank you guys for the likes. So seriously, it means a lot. There's almost 200 people here. If we all hit the like button together, we can get up to 100 plus. We can do it. And if I miss anybody's thing in the chat, you know, just put it in there a little bit again. I'll try to get to everybody. Obviously, I'm going to miss some here and there, I'm sure. Anybody who does the super chat ones, I'll definitely get to yours first, just because, obviously, you know, I feel probably the right thing to do. But I appreciate everybody being here. I'll try to get to everybody. SOS, again, I think SOS is probably a good play as long as crypto is doing well. Mubs, I think SOS is probably a safe bet. Again, I don't know where SOS could go, because it's all driven by crypto right now, right? So as long as crypto is doing well and it continues to do well, I can see SOS going up with it. Okay, what do you say JFU did? Yeah, I don't know much about JFU. Judging by, though, it's definitely had some good spikes here and there as well, though. Let me look at news catalyst. Maybe I'll tell you what JFU does. ACIC is we're actually lovers, Jules. Yeah, I love ACIC. I'll talk about ACIC. It's fuel cell. Okay, you're talking about fuel cell for F cells. Yeah. And I know you're talking about there. I know what you're talking about there. Yeah. Any of those, I think those fuel cells companies should be very, very good to go in with. SNDL, I think it's a $1.50 company riding on the hype, and it could go to, you know, it might go back up to $3 or $4. It might go back up to $3 or $4, honestly. I really don't know how much further that can go. It's a catalyst on hype. Sundial's a catalyst on hype. If you're wondering why I was at $5 one day and now it's lower, it's because it was on a hype train. People were pushing weed stocks, and then people sold off those weed stocks for profit. So it's kind of a pump and dump kind of thing. Kind of a pump and dump thing. Yeah, I'll go back to ACIC in a minute, and then I'll also pick up CCIV again as well. What do I think about Neo? Neo's a great buy, man. Neo's probably one day gonna be a $300 or $400 company. Same way with XP. Those are long-term plays, man. Long-term plays. Look at some of that stock. No one. Okay, wait a minute. Wait, I just got so many people asking about different stocks. So just give me 1 minute, man. 1 minute. I'll try to take people at a time, right? FRX. Again, I'll try to get people that are, you know, I'll try to get the super chats first. If anybody does super chats, I'll get your guys' first. But other than that, I'm going to try to go down a list. And if I miss some, I'm sorry. I love you guys. And, you know, I'm one person. I also don't want to lose my voice either. I literally just got my voice back. Is this one you're talking about? Versa Analytics? I mean, it's got a great outlook on it, though. I don't know much about this company, though. Market stock. What do you think here at Catalyst, though? I'm trying to look for Catalyst real quick. They might zoom this stock even more. At 213. Where the financials at? I mean, their year over year looks great though. Their year over year looks great. Turnover week. Let's see the PE. P's are at a good level as well, man. Your market cap on VRSK is good as well. So honestly, I would say it's probably a good buy-in. Year over years are great. Your market cap's great. The PE levels are an acceptable level as well. So it's not super overvalued. Yeah, I would say VRSK looks good, man. Honestly, I would say VRSK looks great. It might not be the home run here, like you're like looking to double your money real quick, but it definitely be like a smooth, runner in terms of getting some profit back, and not losing a ton of profit over long periods of times, right? Can't wait for Roblox. You're gonna buy Roblox when it comes out. Very using. I feel like I need to get off Robin. Oh, you definitely get off Robinhood, man. Hey, I think if anything, you should. There's a Webull link right there in the chat. If you open up Webull and put $100 in, you get 2 free stocks right now worth up to $1,800. But if anything, you should have a Webull account just to have a Roth IRA, man. So a Roth IRA will help you with retirement. It's also not just a retirement account, right? You can pull out your money from a Roth IRA without taking a penalty for multiple things, whether that be a college fund or whatever. It's multiple areas you can pull out your money from a Roth IRA. But I definitely say to save money on taxes though every year. Roth IRA is great. So Roth IRA is great. I think everybody should have a Roth IRA. Even if you have a 401k already, that's even more money you can put back into your Roth IRA. I think it's about $6,000 a year. If you're over a certain age, you can put a little bit more in. But Roth IRAs are great to have. I think everybody should have one. At least, like I said, I have three different brokers, right? I have TD Ameritrade, which I don't really use anymore. I use Webull for the most part, and I use my M1 Finance. M1 Finance is where I put all my long-term stuff at, and things like that. I think Ameritrade is okay, is pretty good for charting as well, though. But I think Webull's came a long way in terms of charting, so I've been using them a lot for charts now. And like I said, as an app and everything's very easy to use. I've actually been enjoying Webull a lot. I think Webull's came a long way this year alone. They have a lot of info on their site, a lot of info on their app, a lot of info. I just think it's a great app overall. What are your thoughts on EH? I made about $20 on my EH. Like I said, I bought it about $48. Then I sold it almost $69. I think EH is probably pretty good. Only thing you got to watch out with EH is if there's any kind of lawsuits or any kind of bull crap that happens after that fallout. Because that was a hit piece, though. Remember, I don't think anything with EH was really bad. I think it was just a hit piece. Honestly. Yo, what's up, Brianna? Hope you're doing well. Yo, what's up, Screen? Diego, Monica. Hope everybody's having a great day. Roblox. I mean, honestly, Roblox. If Roblox stock would moon, right? Every kid in America will be telling their parents to buy Roblox stock. But honestly, Roblox makes a ton of money, so it makes a ton of money, man. Fidelity for actual investment, Roth IRA, long trading, lots of OTC penny stocks. I mean, that's true too, yeah. I have Webull for charts, but not a whole lot of money in my Webull account. Got you, Racer. I like Webull a lot, honestly, though. I think Fidelity's okay. I would much rather have M1 Finance for my long holdings, though. I like their breakdown of things a little bit better, but Fidelity is definitely not bad, Racer. 100%. There's quite a bit of options out there. Options about Riot. I think Riot should do good as long as there's a good catalyst for blockchain and Bitcoin in general, right? I think you'll see some ups and downs though with Riot. The same thing with SOS. Same thing with SOS. I think you'll see some downs right here, right? You'll see these big ups and then downs, man. And you might see this, you might see this come down again, or you could see it level back out and then go up. I think this could go either way. You might see it come back down to like, down in here and then shoot back up again. I think these are obviously tied to crypto. But I think that the blockchain and more crypto type stocks are maybe a little bit more, or just as volatile, or maybe a little bit more volatile maybe than crypto itself, because crypto is crazy in general. Like, I love crypto. I'm actually in crypto, but you definitely know how the ups and downs are on crypto. What about Doge? Doge is something you buy in low, say maybe 2 or 3 cents, and then you sell when it goes back up. right now, Doge is on a hype spree. I think we can all agree on that. You know, there's no way Doge should be that price without it being hyped up here lately. There's literally, I know people that don't even do stocks, okay, that have Dogecoin right now. So, and a lot of those people are the same people that were buying into, AMC, and a lot of people that were buying into GMEs. A lot of the same people. I don't think Doge is something you want to buy and hold long term, because, again, remember, Doge is a meme coin, and it's also a coin that's infinitely made, right? It's not like a Bitcoin or a Litecoin or something in that general, where it's only so much of that coin going to be made, and then, you know, years and years and years from now, the price is only going to go up because there's less and less Litecoin or less and less Bitcoin to go around. Whereas, you know, a meme coin and coins like Doge are just infinitely made, so it's all depends on volume. So the higher volume, the more the price can go up. Once the volume falls back down, the price will fall back down. I think Dogecoin's a coin you get in cheap and then you sell at a few cents higher. Nothing bad about that, though. Nothing bad about that, because I made money off Dogecoin. I made money off Dogecoin. When was the CCI? I was actually just talking about CCIV a little bit ago. Them and ACIC as well. If you're something you want to know, though, Ben, just ask me. I'm down to talk. I love CCIV and I love ACIC. So, but I've been going. I went on CCIV for a good 30 minutes plus. I went on a CCIV for a good 30 minutes probably. I was on that train for a while. And the same thing with ACIC. I love ACIC as well. I think if you guys are looking to get into a air taxi slash EV play of the future in terms of air play, I think ACIC is great. They did just sign a $1 billion deal with United Airlines. So United Airlines is buying 200 of their eVTOL helicopters with another chance to buy another 100 in the near future. They're looking to make those, mass produce those in 2023. So they already have a model, working model. So looking for thoughts on Monday and Tuesday. I think Monday and Tuesday are going to be a very hype, because the article that just came out, I was talking about that a minute ago as well. I think the articles that just came out on that, see over here, Archer, Lucid. I think the article that just came out saying that it could sign Tuesday. I think that right there could catalyst this, even higher. Again, remember, if the new price is actually 15 billion, that will hurt the stock a little bit, but I think it'll level itself out no matter what. Because, like I said, again, if it's a $12 billion valuation, the stock price would be higher, right? Whereas, if it's a $15 billion valuation, the stock price is going to be a little bit lower. But again, with the hype volumes, with this, if this does get signed, I can see this stock easily pushing $80 to $100 this coming up week. Definitely can see it pushing up. We did have a big fall, though, like I said the other day. If you guys know, we did have that fall. But again, that fall wasn't because retail investors. That fall actually was because a big company pulled out of CCIV. And the reason why they pulled out of that was because they wanted to make money. Yeah, it was a company that got in very early, and they pulled out. And that's the reason why you've seen this big, this big red right here on Churchill. And obviously after that, we had some people that paper handed and sold because they thought it was going to sell off as well. So that's going to happen no matter what. But I think we should settle back out, and maybe the hype might bring us back up close to $60 again. And then if it does get signed on Tuesday, we could see a big, a big arc in the price to say $80 to $100. But I do think the hype levels with this new article coming out should send the price back up to close to $60. Again, if people are adjusting, it could go down a little bit. Maybe if people are adjusting for that $15 billion price tag instead of the $12 billion. That could happen, but I think the hype levels for CCIV will push the price up no matter what, and it'll kind of overbalance that new $15 billion tag instead of the $12 billion tag. You're almost in profit on AMC Racer X. Wait a second, I'm adding to average now. Oh, you're talking about AMC. Average now 674. Like I said, again, if you're holding AMC long term, even if the stock doesn't pump, Long term for AMC, you're probably double your money at least, right? I know a lot of people out there are gonna like try to tell you that the stock's not gonna go up very much in the pandemic with the recovery stocks, but it's definitely gonna go up in recovery stocks. One, people are tired of sitting at home, man. You know, people have watched the same Netflix show 10,000 times. I don't care what anybody says. The same thing with Hulu. Yeah, they're great. I love them, man. I like seeing it. Same thing with Disney, man. I love Disney as well. But people are going to be dying to go to a fucking theater. So I definitely think that price should at least double in terms of recovery. And recovery stocks are going to have a bubble anyway. Same thing with, you know, with airline stocks and cruise lines. I have all of them, right? I have Carnival cruise ship. I have Norwegian cruise ship. I have, you know, American. I have United. So I don't think there's anything wrong with, you know, putting your money into AMC and to double it at least. But it could, it's again, man, if a lot of people get a lot of hype behind it, get a lot of volume, it could pop too. CCIV, is it long-term? Yes, CCIV would be a long-term play, like 5 years plus play, kind of like NEO or XPeng or Tesla. Those are all long-term, you know, long-term plays, right? It's not like, say, a blockchain or a, you know, like a sundial type play or any of the weed plays in terms of like people like pumping them and dumping them. But I do think weed plays are perfect long-term because, you know, the further we get into the future, the more states will continue to legalize weed. America will eventually delegalize it or decriminalize it, at least maybe even, you know, go all the way with it. So like weed stocks should be great in the long term. That's the reason why like I feel like if you want to like diversify yourself in the weed stocks, you can go buy like an ETF kind of like MJ or YOLO. That's the ones I actually, you know, would say to buy into because they have a lot of really good weed stocks inside their ETF. If you're looking for an ETF in terms of like just dispersing yourself into that market. So there's a lot of places to do there as well. I'm in on NEO. Yeah, I love NEO. I love XPeng, man. I love CCIV. I love all the things. I love EV, man, in general. I'm waiting for a post-merger and buy actual Lucid stock. I don't know, man. I still feel like you know, CCIV would be more of a long-term play, but hey, man. That's why I look at it, dude. GM chip shortage, production issues. I'll wait on GM till Q2. Yeah, I seen that too, Ben. But I feel like if you're buying into GM in terms of like a long-term EV type play, I think you should be okay. Same thing with Ford. I think Ford. I feel like Ford might be a little bit slower, obviously, because they don't have like a ton of this in place yet. They don't have any like big systems, but Ford is looking to get into the EV market more as well. I feel like the old, I guess you call them dinosaur companies, you know, like GM or Ford and things. It's going to be a little bit harder for them anyway, just because they're going to have to like, you know, they're going to have to take these, you know, plants where they're making engines and other car parts that are for, you know, not for the EV type of marketplace. They're going to have to convert those over to EV, you know, factories, right? So it's going to take a lot more time and a lot more money and investment for one of them instead of like a brand new company coming in and just building a brand new facility without having to do all the crazy in and out kind of things. But I do wish Ford and GM, I do wish Ford and GM would have started later. I mean, you know, like say, you know, 2010 or maybe, you know, 2005 or at least 2010. I wish they would have started back then at least and started already converting these over to more EV type stuff, man. Yeah, I think Ford and GM are definitely not overnight things, man. It's going to take a while. It's hard to tell these people too, man. Like I've had people come in and like rage at me because I say Ford isn't like an EV player right this second. I don't mean that in a bad way. I have Ford stock, right? Like I bought in at Ford at $6. People told me I was stupid. So I thought Ford at $6 was a steal, right? I think future-wise, I think Ford should be fine. If they can come around and think about the future in terms of EV marketplace, I think Ford and like GM and all these other companies could turn around and do really great, but it's just going to take them longer. They're old dinosaur companies, man. This is how it is. They're definitely lacking, though, Ben. I agree. That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to take Ford longer than GM, right? GM already has a system, you know, worked up. They believe in this system, right? They've already bought into it. Ford has said they're going to put money into EV, and they actually haven't started yet, right? In terms of like, you know, breaking into the market big. So I feel like Ford should have started doing this back in like 2010. The same thing with any of these other companies. Again, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while, man. If you could buy Cruise stock, independent from GME, I would too, Racer. I would be buying Cruise in a heartbeat. Whoever gets the USPS will help EV market in the US. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, GM has invested a ton into the EV. And again, Ford said they're going to be investing, right? They've already said like a dollar amount they're willing to invest. I just wish these, you know, so-called dinosaur companies would have already done this, right? Would have already broken into this market and said, hey, this is what we're doing. We got this right now, right? I would have loved to have that happen. And just because as a you know, I guess an older person, you know, I'm not very old, but I'm, you know, almost 32. I turned 32. You know, I love these old companies, man, like GM and Ford, right? I want to see them, you know, break into the market and do well. I just wish they, you know, weren't so boneheaded, especially with Ford. They're very being boneheaded about things. GM has definitely came around more, because, you know, with the cruise system and things like that, it definitely came around a lot more though. $6, that's crazy, but people also hydrogen gloop. I definitely think hydrogen's a thing of the, like I said, I think it's more of like a 2030 type play, 2028, 2027 maybe. I feel like we just need more infrastructure for some hydrogen plays to happen. I think this decade is more of an EV play. I think EV in general is going to be great. I think EV is only going to get better, but I definitely think hydrogen in general is more of a it's more of a 5 or 10 year outlook kind of play. That's what I look at. FRX, dude. I'll look at FRX, dang it. Okay. I'll look, man. Yeah, I'll definitely don't buy FRX in the aftermarket hours. Good lord, man. That's not a lot of volume there. Not a lot of volume at all, dude. Sometimes you'll end up getting burned on these if there's a company not a lot of volume in the aftermarkets. Oh, dude, sometimes it'll get you. They've been great. They're looking good though, man, for this past what is this month? What did they do? Okay, Ford acquisition. Okay, Ford. Which one's FRX, by the way? Ford did postpone. Yes, they did, Matt. They did postpone. Toyota's big on hydrogen. Toyota is big on hydrogen, man. They are, man. A lot of people ask me about Helion a lot, though. I don't know if I'd buy an Helion right now. That's just me. But again, if you're looking for, I think a long term it should be okay though. But I think Helion right now is just kind of like I don't know. I just feel like it's just that thought of like us not having enough infrastructure. Kind of like scares me a little bit. Kind of scares me a little bit. When do they pay out their dividends? If you're looking up at different places do different dividend dates, right? So you have quarters. They usually do quarters anyway, and then they'll all have like a different date inside that quarter whenever their dividends get paid out. You have to look at whatever company you want and just look at their dividend and look at dividend payout days, and then you can go from there, obviously. Buy Home Depot stock. H2 will make money after this freezing winter. Not exciting, but guarantee. Oh, I'm sure Home Depot will do good, man. I've actually bought Home Depot and sold it. Home Depot usually does pretty good, man. It's bad. It's sad to say though, man. Usually there's like some big crazy weather events, man. Usually Home Depot's stock goes up though. Usually Home Depot stock does go up. If you guys have it, make sure you guys hit the like button below, man. If you guys are looking to and wondering what I'm using, I am using Webull. Webull's a great place. If you open up a Webull account through that link and put $100 into your account, you get 2 free stocks worth of the $1,850. We actually had 3 people so far get Facebook stocks too, which is pretty awesome, man. Because Facebook's stock's about $270. Is that one of the cliff a day? How about, oh, you're talking about Bumble? Oh god, dude. I honestly, man, I don't see how Bumble's $70. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna be completely honest. Maybe I just don't understand the company enough, man, or maybe I just don't understand it, but I just don't see Bumble being $70. I get it has a $13 billion market cap. I get that. I get it. Their PE levels are a little bit high, obviously. They're not like crazy, it's just ain't high. They're a little high though. Their PE levels are a little high. I still see that being like a $50. I still feel like a $50 one. That's just me though. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm looking at it different. I feel like I feel more safer at least under 60 on Bumble. And again, maybe I just don't understand the stock enough and they don't know where it should be at. But it's like Pinterest, right? To me, Pinterest, I feel like it should be I'm surprised Pinterest isn't like $100 stock, right? I know a lot of people, you know, a lot of people are like Pinterest, but I still think Pinterest should be $100, man. But I do own Pinterest, so maybe I'm just a little biased, right? Maybe I'm biased on Pinterest, chat. They just make a lot of money off ads, dude. It's ridiculous, man. There's the ad. They're at ad machine. I bought into Pinterest back here in late October last year, for around 50. So I think my average buy-in's like 52, 53 bucks. I still think Pinterest is $100. Still think Pinterest is $100. What's up, Andy? How you doing? What's up, Patriot? What's up, brother? How you doing, man? I thought I wanted to do a good little you know, stream with you guys, man, and hang out, dude, and look at things. AITX charts. It treated me well, and already look a little profit. Yeah, they had a pullback. I know what you're talking about, though. Yeah, AITX. They had a little pullback. I think that one should be a decent play for the future as well. I don't know where it's gonna go though, Racer. But it does look like it'd be pretty. Looks like it would be pretty good though, man. Honestly. Pinterest is all about ads now. Not a great app or website. I know that, but I'm saying, man, their ads, man, are ridiculous though, man. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's the best like app in the world in general, but dude, I'm talking about like in money, revenue brought in. The revenues, man, are ridiculous. It blows my mind. Like I said, I've almost doubled money on Pinterest, but I can still see it being I can still see in Pinterest being being $100 at some point. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I can definitely see it hitting $100. I'm actually surprised it's not already $100. It's been a pretty good grower though. You know, over a year. I was at $10 a year ago. So if you would have bought in a year ago at $10, you could have, you know, almost 9x your money. You know what I mean? You could have 9x your money, man, if you bought in at $10 a year ago. I don't know how far this is going to go, but I definitely feel like they're definitely money printers. And I've almost 2x mine. Like I said, I bought in at $52 area, so. Like for Sunday stream. Yo, Patriot, thank you, man. I appreciate the likes, brother. Yeah, I figured, you know, Tuesday would be a good day just to like chill and talk about stocks for this week and go over some SPAC companies and things like that I'm liking. No matters to me more than CCIV for Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we'll see what happens on Monday and Tuesday, especially Tuesday stock journey. If they get signed, if that deal gets signed on Tuesday, man, this stock might hit, you know, anywhere from $80 to $100, honestly. I think you'll probably do pretty good on the stock. I don't know if it's going to pull back anymore. Like again, I feel like it won't just because the hype value's there. But I don't know if the new $15 billion evaluation is going to play into part of the stock or not. Like, sometimes those evaluations don't really factor in if there's a lot of hype going on. I mean, on Sense, what's new for Monday? Oh, good old Sense, man. I think Sense should be a great play. Sensonics. Again, I think also a PaveMed, man. PaveMed is another good play for you know, diabetes and esophageal cancer play. They have the carpal tunnel play. PaveMed, man, is just like, I'll tell you guys something, man. PaveMed, it's like the medical stock that just keeps on giving. I don't know where PaveMed's going to end up at, honestly. I don't. But I could see PaveMed, like, you know, maybe even, you know, doubling where it is from right now, maybe triple, who knows, eventually. PaveMed's just got a lot of cool stuff going on, man. I feel like they got more than one catalyst, so that's the reason why I like PaveMed. It's the same thing with Sense though, man. Like, as I'm a type 1 diabetic, obviously, right? So I do like investing into these, you know, glucose monitoring systems and things like that as well. You're talking about rare earth materials, AREC. I think I've looked at AREC before. I think it was Friday. Yeah, well, if it's the same thing as before, I'll look at it in a minute though. I'm gonna watch GME this week. There's crazy amount of open 800 calls. I don't know about 800, but maybe, Matt. Yeah, it'd be crazy, man. Like I said, I hope that both of those stocks rocket back up. Definitely going parabolic Tuesday. If it's a done deal, it's gonna go. It might double in price. Who knows, man? No one wants to miss. I don't think it's gonna be Tesla 2.0, but I think it could be its own you know, monster within the group. Reason why I kind of say it could be it could be like the you know, the EV luxury market of America, which should do really well. Let me pull up that one real quick. Which one is it again? AREC. AREC. Yeah, I think somebody was talking about this one day as well. One day as well. I mean, their year-over-years aren't the best, honestly, but I mean, that doesn't mean anything either. Definitely have some rough days though on the 17th, 18th, and 19th. It has some rough days, boys. Is this a okay? What kind of stock was AREC again? What kind of stock is that anyway? Again, P's aren't bad on it though. Market cap's 233 million. So market cap 233 million. P's -4. I mean, nothing there is like catalysting it up, but doesn't mean it's not like a good stock anyway, right? Because it's already more than doubled since almost, well, yeah, it's about what 2.5 times itself. It's the first of the month. Ended at 669. Metals for semiconductor and iron, etc. Yeah, it might be a pretty good play, honestly. Yeah, remember. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It might be a really good play then if it's you know, for irons and semiconductors and stuff, for metals and stuff. Yeah, that's probably why you've seen it go up so much too, right? Probably why you've seen it rocket up, man. Yeah, it might be a good play for the future though on that one. Especially if you got him back. If you got him back here, man, you done really well already. Like I said, its P's aren't bad actually either. Market cap's, you know, a little low, but again, it's a mining company, so it's like. But the P levels are only -4 on that too. It seems like it's a pretty steady stock, even when it was back before this, right? It was pretty steady, you know. You had some bumps here, man, and it set it back out. You know, bump here. You might see it might settle back out a little bit again, and then, you know, go up again and again like that. Definitely had a big burst right there, though. Good lord. The catalyst stuff real quick though, man. It went up to $9. Did the market time out right here? Did it get held up? If it got suspended right here, man, somebody, you know, put some market orders in right here, and they bought in at $9. Feels bad for those guys, but they might eventually get back to the $9 mark again. Lucid CCIV will have a stronger launch in Saudi Arabia before it gets legs in America. It does have a lot of money from Saudi Arabia though. Honestly, they have some pretty big sponsors from Saudi Arabia, man. Like I said, one of my favorite stocks right now, honestly, in SPACs is ACIC though, dude. Honestly, if you guys haven't looked into ACIC, make sure you guys look into ACIC, man. Like I said, they're signing deals left and right with United Airlines. They had a couple other airlines looking to sign deals with them as well. And they could eventually sign some deals with the military as well. But these eVTOL stuff is crazy, man. And ACIC I definitely think is one of the more top stocks up there. And ARK Invest just invested in him as well. It's always good when you see ARK Invest because, you know, Kathy Wood, she's a money printer. She do be the money printer, man. I think they bought $5 million worth of ACIC as well. I've been at ACIC for a bit though now. You know, not like super long, but last 3 weeks. You also thought Saudi has the rich families. What? Dude, there's a lot of money over there, man. The Saudi Arabian, yeah, there's a lot of money, man, over there, especially with the oil and stuff. They made a lot of money, man. Also, Microvision. I think Microvision's a great future play, Nicholas. I sold my Microvision. Just to be retrospect with you guys, I have sold my Microvision. Again, Microvision for me was a stock that I wanted to get in and get out, right? I wanted to get in. I had a price point in my head. If I tripled my money, I would get out. I almost quadrupled my money and I got out. I don't think it's a bad stock though. So, you know, just because I got out doesn't mean you should get out or like you shouldn't buy the stock. I think it's gonna be fine, man. And continue to grow. I like to have a plan in place, and I like to, you know, execute my plan. Unless something crazy happens and that plan turned into like a long-term thing, which usually doesn't happen a lot. Usually if I have a plan in place, usually I try to stick to that plan. PLTR is great buying, Ben. I think anything under $30 on PLTR is good. And I bought it at $25. I was going to buy it at $29, but then I let it continue to drop back, and I bought it at $25. Luckily, I got it before it went back up. I was actually going to buy it during the stream, and I kind of forgot last week. And then I went outside and played with the kids in the snow, and I came back in, and it was like 30 minutes before market closed, and I was like, oh, I forgot to grab some PLTR, and it was literally at $25. So I was like, I'll grab it real quick, right? So I bought it. But I think PLTR is good. I think, like I said again, man, I think Microvision is probably a good long-term play as well, though. I think PLTR under 30 bucks. I think we could see PLTR, you know, eventually get back up to 40 by the end of this year, maybe even more. I don't know where it's going to go to. How long have I been in retail? I've been in retail, Nicholas, for, let's see, 12, 13, a little bit over 13 years, man. I'll say 13 years though. We'll put that at 13 years, man. I turned 32. I turned 32 in April. So yeah, about 13 years. Right at it. Maybe a little bit less. A little bit. It's definitely over 12 years, but 12 to 13 years. We'll put it there. I don't know the exact day. I have to go back and I'd have to go back and look at when I got my first property. I have to go back and look at that, honestly. But it's been 12 to 13 years. Tilray is a great play in marijuana. Obviously, Tilray is a great play in marijuana stocks. Again, if you're getting at a great price, right? If you're getting at a good price, make sure that it's not like, you know, you're not getting it at a bad price. Right now it's at $29.06. I think Tilray under 30 bucks, you should be okay. As you can tell back here, before the hype stocks came into play and people started pushing it very hard, it was down at $17 on the first. This right here is back when people started buying into it like heavily to try to, you know, pump the stock and then dump it up here. But I do think back then it was probably like a $26 stock, and if you go a few weeks later, I think if you can get under 30 bucks, you should be fine. I think obviously the more states legalize marijuana, the more states you know, decriminalize it, and the more time, if America itself decriminalizes it or legalizes it, you'll see these stocks continue to climb over time, right? And again, if you want to lessen your blow in marijuana stocks, you can buy good ETFs, say like MJ ETF or YOLO ETF. Both of those I think are like 0.5. 0.5 is what they're like, you know, their paying is. So you take 0.5 of your earnings from that, and that's what your fee is or whatever. So if you want to get into a good ETF, I feel like those two are really good. If you want to just buy, you know, regular stocks, I think, you know, Aurora is very good. Planet 13 is very good. I think, you know, Tilray should be okay as well. I don't know as much about Tilray as I do, like, you know, Aurora or Planet 13, or a couple other ones there. I like MJ X Racer. I like MJ, man. I think MJ has better ones in there, but hey, everybody has their own ones, man. I don't think YOLO's a bad play either, though. YOLO was my second choice. I just like MJ a little bit more. CCIV has another dip down anywhere in the 40s. Oh, yeah. If CCIV drops to $45, I'll load the boat again. I'll load the boat again for sure. But right now, like I said, I do have 500. I do have 500 shares. So I think right now I'm okay. If it continues to go up, I'll be okay. Like whatever. And I might buy in a little more eventually, you know, here and there. But if it goes to 45, I'll definitely load some more in. But again, I don't see it dipping again though. Even with a $15 billion valuation, which would bring a lot of companies back down, I think there's a little bit too much hype around CCIV, and you won't see it dip, right? I don't think you'll see it dip below those numbers. But I guess anything's possible, man. You know, we do live in an age of, you know, crazy markets. So anything's possible there. Anything could happen. Do I invest in TSX? I actually do not have any stocks in TSX. No, I do not, man. I do not have any stocks on TSX. I have some Canadian, like, I have, you know, some Canadian marijuana stuff and things like that. I mean, I don't mind, like, I'm not like a person who only invests into companies that are in America. No, like I said, I actually own, Neo and Xpeng and, places like that as well, outside, as in China. So, what are your thoughts on GE for a long-term investment? So what's a good time to buy in ACIC? I think ACIC is a good time to buy in now before the closer the closer the signing happens in, say, I think it's supposed to be like right now, people are saying June. People are saying May or June. So the closer we get to the signing of ACIC, the price is going to go more. Remember, they did this. Archer did this, sign a $1 billion contract with United, and then they also are under talks with other contracts in the billions of dollars. They're looking at some military plays as well. So that right there could be some huge contracts on top of that. ARK Invest just invested in them as well, so that should probably catalyst the stock up even more over time. I think if you can get under ACIC under $16, I think you're perfectly good, because you're gonna double, triple, maybe even quadruple your money on that once the signing happens. I think ACIC is a good play though. I think if you get under $16, you're really good. Do you have a price target on CCIV? Do you have a price target? I don't know where it's going to go, man. Honestly, I didn't think it was going to hit. I actually didn't see CCIV hitting $60, right, already. And it did that. It hit $64. So I don't really have a price target on CCIV. I'm just in for the long run, right? If CCIV works out great and Lucid Motor does great, I mean, you could see them being, $300 or $400 stock, plus in the next few years, obviously, right? If it does very well and they actually do expand. If they're, because one of the biggest questions I want to know for CCIV is how the 900 volts is going to work. Most homes don't have 900 volts to hook up to. They're at some of these charging stations are going to have to be, changed a little bit as well to allow you to charge your people to charge their Teslas and charge their their Lucid Motors at the same kind of areas. There's a lot of stuff to be worked out there. So I don't really know where it's going to go. I have no idea where it's going to go to. I think over time, you'll see it continue to push up as long as they do very well. I think the sky's the limit for CCIV as long as they do great. If I got CCIV at 30, I'd sell at 60. Nah, you're crazy, Racer. Crazy, man. Crazy, bro. I mean, everybody's different, man. I mean, some people, obviously some people are going to day trade it or double their money, get out kind of thing. Norden, AMC at 650. Are you talking about you're gonna buy at 650, or you think it's gonna go to 650? I think AMC could go where the volume and catalysts take it, right? The more volume the it's AMC, the higher it's gonna go. Right now, it's the only thing holding it back is volume. If you were to see AMC in the hundreds of millions multiple days, we did have one $100 million one day, and people got like crazy about it. But again, we need multiple of those days to get higher on AMC. So if that was to happen, then you would see AMC, keep going up. CCIV is Lucid. Yes, Lucid Motors is merging with CCIV, making it, you're buying CCIV, you're buying Lucid. Done yet like Patrol, and yeah, that's true too. That's true too. There's definitely no design there, but I'm just trying to say it. Whether it be like a three, like you said, man, whether it be like a 2-plug play there, you pull up to a station and there's different plugs you can use either one. And again, like I want to know how like at home charging is going to work with a 900 volt. I want to know how that's going to work. How you're going to get that to your home, because a lot of homes don't have that kind of power. There's a lot of stuff I want to know there, man. There's a lot of stuff there I want to know that I don't know yet. If you guys have it, make sure you guys hit that follow button. It'd be super nice, right? But right now, my two favorite stocks, honestly, are Archer and Lucid in terms of SPAC plays. So Archer is my air EV play, and then I got Lucid is my my ground EV right now. I'll hit play again. Please link up with Trey Trades. His energy and your energy, your perfect matchup, dude. Yeah, I like Trey, man. Trey's a great guy. Some people got really mad yesterday because I brought up that Reddit post, and I wasn't even talking about Trey. I was talking about the Reddit post being hateful towards obviously it was hateful towards Trey, but in general, I was more trying to tell people hey man, calm the hell down. People are going nuts about it. And, it's honest mistakes, right? But some people got really mad at me. for bringing that up. I was like, Jesus Christ. But it's the internet, so you know, people have their own opinions. Inverse for 900 volt, we have here already. I get you on that, Gary, but it's still like, what's the implement going to be there, right? What's the implement going to be there? I want to see their game plan in terms of like implementing it, because it's easier to say something instead of actually implementing and having it done. I still think there's a lot of questions there, but I still think it's a good buy-in, right? I'm not saying like CCIV is not a good buy-in. I think CCIV is in the long run is great. I honestly expected to see Tesla, man, go to that 900 volt, 48 wire as well. I actually expected to see Tesla do that, and they never did. I think Elon kind of played it safe on that end. They thought, like, hey, look, this is great. We're already doing good, right? They already have fast charging. You can charge pretty quick already, and they didn't want to like redo the whole systems and everything. There's a lot to do there. So I think that's the reason why Elon stayed in that area. And maybe eventually you'll see Tesla move over to that market as well. I don't really know. Here, thank you guys for the 100 likes, man. I appreciate it. And anybody hasn't subbed, make sure you guys hit the sub button. That'd be super nice, and I definitely appreciate it. If you guys aren't using webull, if there's a link to webull, you can use that as well. And there's a link to the Discord, and I'll post that as well. If anybody wants to join our Discord channel, anybody can join our Discord. I'd love to have you guys. We have a great group of people there. Only thing I ask about Discord is being honest and a very nice person. We have enough buttholes in the world. All we need is nice people. Be very positive, at least. That's all I can ask, man. Government regulations, that's what we have. Again, I'm going to try to get through a lot of people's, stocks and you guys are asking. I'll try to definitely get the people who are using the super chat stocks first, just because I feel like that's a nice thing to do. But I'll also try to work everybody else's in. I'm not promising I'll get to everybody, so there's a lot of talking, right? And I'm trying to you get what I'm trying to say. I don't lose my voice either. Let's see. Lucid should cater to higher end market people. I mean, they're obviously catering to a higher end market anyway. I mean, their first car is like 160 grand. You know what I mean? Like, let me look at this up real quick. Like, let me pull this up. Lucid Motors. Does it tell you how much their cars are on their website? I can't remember. Did it tell you? Okay, it says starting from, but this isn't the car they're making right now, right? This isn't the car they're making right now. Go to reserve, right? This is the car they're making right now, right? This is it. The Air Dream Edition, $161,000. That's starting at $161,000. That's the car they're making first. To try to get their sales and numbers up, right? So most people aren't going to be able to buy a $161,000 car. It's just, not going to happen, right? So they're definitely aiming for the upper end market first. They're definitely looking at the upper end market first. This is the car they're making first, right? And then they're going to get into the Grand Touring Edition, which will be $131,000, and then they'll work their way down to the Air Touring, which starts at $87,000. This is starting, by the way, right, guys? This is bare minimum, like you bare minimum, right? So this is bare minimum stuff at $87,000, and then you got your Air Pure starting at $69,000. That'll be years from now, right? They'll be making Air Pure years from now. So at least the first year, there's gonna be all Air Dream editions at $161,000. So that is they're really looking at the luxury market, I mean, people that aren't in that luxury market are gonna buy a Tesla in this market, right? Or like say when like NIO comes to America, and NIO's selling their car for say, their sedan for say $35,000 or whatever it's going to be, their cheaper sedan model. People are going to be in that area for a cheaper type car or cheaper EV. Keep it up, man. Like it, people. Yo, thank you always. I appreciate it, man. How high do you think Sundial will actually go this week? I think Sundial can go as far as people are going to push it, man. Phone. Again, I think Sundial, honestly, if I was saying a price tag for Sundial, I would say $1.50. But again, you can catalyst a Sundial to play as far as the hype and the volume pushes it. I don't know how high it's going to go though, phone. It could go $5, $4, or it could go $1.50, right? I don't. It's a hype stock at this point. It's just a hype stock right now. So it just goes as far as people take it. Sundial is low with no debt. Yes, I got you stock, but it shouldn't be over $1.50, man, right now, unless it's being hyped up and pushed up. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Doesn't matter if it's a low debt. You know, if it's low with no debt, the stock itself right now is like a $1.50 stock. I personally wouldn't pay over $1.50 for it. That's just me, though. Again, I'm very conservative when it comes to these kind of plays like that. I definitely think hype can push it to $3, though, right? But I think it'll come back down, and that's just me being truthful. Again, you guys know me, man. I'm not gonna tell you guys something I don't think is true. So, a bigger company like VW and Tesla will rolls Neo trying to use blueprint of Tesla. Never forgot Toyota. I think Neo and Xpeng will do very well, man. Neo and Xpeng are going to do very well. You know, Neo's looking to move into the American market in the next few years, and you got Xpeng, which is moving into the European market, and Neo eventually move into the European market, and eventually you'll probably see Xpeng move into the American market. I think both of those are smart future plays. And again, what's Faraday? Does anybody know Faraday? Like, what's their vehicle going to start at? If you guys don't know Faraday, obviously they did go bankrupt a while back. So yeah, obviously they did SPAC though here lately. They did SPAC. This right here is ACIC. It's Faraday Futures, right? If Faraday Futures does come out, man, they could definitely be another hitter in the they'd be another hitter in the luxury, you know, bajillion dollars for a car, you know, EV car kind of thing. I don't know what their car is starting at though. They do have a nice car though, honestly. Like, I'll admit, man, like they do have a really nice car inside. It's very pretty. I mean, and they actually do have a working model right now, so you know people have been test driving it. So again, remember they did go bankrupt because their old CEO like kind of wastes a lot of money, man. Kind of wastes a lot of money. Their old one did though. Are you on Clubhouse? If so, who are you following? I'm actually not on Clubhouse because I think Clubhouse is a invite only. Yo, Ben, thank you so much, man, for the $5 tip, brother. Yo, man, super nice. I gotta give you a clap, bro. Sorry, Ben. Yo, claps, man. Claps in the chat. Claps, boys. I have a random clap button. I'm sorry, I had to hit it, man. This right here is Faraday. What does anybody know what the cars are selling for though? Reserve, right? Let's see if it's reserve is up there. See if it's I don't even tell you. Standard. What is a standard reservation? What is this? They don't tell you the price. Well, you can pay $5,000 right up front. I almost wish Faraday would like get off their butts though, man, and do well because they do have some nice cars, man. Like Faraday looks pretty, dude. They really do. They do have a new CEO in place and things like that, so maybe they will do very well. I love Faraday's like look of their car, but it is very expensive, right? It's gonna be a very expensive car. What's Faraday's ticker? I have it wrote down somewhere. Yo, Ben, thank you again though, man, for the $5 tip, brother. That is, like I said, man, again, it's super nice and it allows me to support my family and it keeps me going, man. Can I get an invite link to which one? Love? Oh, you can give me an invite link. I mean, if you invite me, I guess, then I don't care. Ticker for Faraday is PSAC. Yo, I'm old school, chat. I still write down everything. I should probably make like I need to make like a word sheet with all the SPACs and all the EV plays and everything on them. That way I can keep up with them without having to write them all down. But I mean, again, man, like Faraday is very pretty, dude. Like they have a very nice car. But again, like they said, their old CEO kind of ripped them back in like 2016. So they're just now getting back on their feet. They do have a working model car now though. And they did just SPAC. They could be a good play. They're very cheap right now, but I mean, they could be a good play as well in the future. I think they're only selling for what's their price target? I don't even know what it is. But their car is massive, dude. Like, look how much room's back there in this thing. I haven't invested in this company yet, by the way, either. But I did think about, you know, buying maybe a couple hundred or maybe like 100 shares or something and see what happens. They also have a car in the works as well. But it's a very nice ride looking, man. And like I said, you can look up videos of this thing being driven. So, it did have another design though. I thought they did. Maybe they didn't though. Maybe they didn't, and I just thought they did. Solutions, investors, careers. I'm pretty sure you can look up Faraday and look up their different type of cars they're going to do. It's somewhere out there. Definitely somewhere out there though. But I do like their design. Great content. I enjoyed the vibe here, man. Thank you. Yo, Ben, thank you, man. Thank you, dude. Like I said, again, those things, support my 3 crazy kids, so I appreciate you, brother. ACIC, 3D CGI pump and dump. I doubt that, Racer. Doubt it, man. Again, sound more like a downer, brother. They have an actual product yet. Only a contract to sell 200 at 5 million each. I get where you're coming from there, though, Racer. But again, man, they have a lot of good stuff in the works as well. So, and they are in the process of doing their model. So they're in the process of making a working model right now. So I think overall, I think ACIC is still it's still a speculative play, right? But again, you're investing in a company for the future, man. Investing for a company for the future. Got it. What's the area in the EV market they are trying to target? They're targeting a luxury market. That's what they're targeting, at start at least. I think they do. If you look up, they do have a plan in the future though for one of the cars. I think it says starting at $55,000. I think that was the least I could find on that car, man. Some people are a little bit more negative in the stock market, though. Stock, you gotta remember, man. And some people are just looking to. I try to see all sides, man. But it gets kind of a sometimes you get the Debbie Downer kind of effect, right? When it gets a little bit too crazy about it. Everybody has different outlooks, man. Some people want to make money like right this second, and whereas me, man, I like long-term plays. I like short-term plays as well. And I like again, man, it's different, man. Everybody looks at it different. Everybody does look at it different. Spec, any thoughts? ALTU. Yeah, let me look at that up real quick. ALTU. I try to see I was trying to see through everybody's eyes, man, but it's hard sometimes because some people are very down about everything. It's like, good lord, dude. Every stock is probably that's a bad stock. My stocks are only good. Probably not. Probably not like that way, man. I'm sorry, but it's probably not that way. I highly doubt it. Again, I think it's a stock. I think it's a stock, man. I think it's a stock to keep an eye on, right? I have not invested in the PSAC yet. Again, I do like Faraday as their cars. They look very nice, and they actually do have a drivable model. And they're looking to get into production within the next year or so. So I do like that about the company, right? But I do know before they did go bankrupt, but that was a whole different, CEO. The CEO kind of bankrupted them because he put money where it shouldn't have been put. So I do get that. So there's definitely some downs and positives there, right? I just don't know enough about the company in general. I haven't really researched them a lot yet and looked into them deep and everything for me to feel comfortable with buying lots of stock. But again, I might, just buy maybe 50 to 100 of their stock and just kind of set on it and see what happens. And put a trailing stop loss there. It's just kind of like a play to see what happens. But I do like their cars. The cars are very nice, and they do have a drivable model, so it's a one positive, right? People have actually drove the car, so that's one positive, and a lot of people like it. Oh yeah, I was looking at this, man. Never mind. I'm looking at this. I'm over here talking about different things. Again, you gotta remember I have ADHD really bad, so you get me talking about different stocks. I'll be I'll be the rambling man, dude. I get a little excited, man, when it comes to stocks and real estate. So don't hate on me. You're talking about AI in general. I think AI is great stocks for the future. If you're trying to invest in the AI stocks, artificial intelligence should do well at least. A lot of people get blindsided by the big drop last week. I mean, some people did get ripped by that big drop. But again, that was a big company dropping stocks, and that kind of let people, fall down, man. Any thoughts, brother? Hang on a second, Dan. Hang on a second, brother. What did they do right here? What was this big catalyst for this stock to jump from 10 to 15? Anybody who's holding Boeing, though, by the way, if anybody's holding Boeing, BO, just be ready for tomorrow, because remember, they did just have that plane engine come apart again, so. And Boeing just got out of, you know, all the hardship that they went through with the last planes going down and crashing a lot. And now yesterday they had an engine explode. So I definitely think there might be some negative effects in the market for that one. Oh, they're 3D printing? Is that what they are? Okay, yeah. I can see any of these 3D printing companies, man, it should do well. Honestly. It's kind of like, if anybody here own X1, I think X1 should be really well. It should do really well as well. Because X1, you know, are going to be making those, what do they call those? Those like shipping container, you know, portable shipping container printings areas. Boeing is sucked, bro. I mean, I was just making sure. Some people bought into Boeing again, remember? Because if you look at Boeing real quick, like, you know, it had a big upswing right here. So some people did buy in the market on you know, into Thursday into Friday. And then this weekend, you know, it kind of got ripped by that plane engine coming apart. So, in Colorado. But I seen some people, I seen some people Friday into Thursday say they bought into Boeing. So I was just making sure somebody was here just to make sure you kind of watch, just in case it does, you know, come down again. And especially if you bought back here too, man. So, you know, you made a little profit there. I just thought I'd mention it since they're you know, went bop. Print Kathy Woods deal could be big. Oh, well, anything Kathy Woods touches for the most part, Ben, is usually a money maker. It's Kathy Woods, bro. It is Kathy Woods, man. At the end of the day, usually anytime she says something, if you get there fast enough, you usually make money real quick. You usually make money really, really quick. Okay, who set up something back here, man? I know I saw this, man. I know I saw somebody's. Where did that message go? Did it disappear? Oh, I thought SFTW. Got it. I couldn't find it, dude. I was like so confused. Okay, which company is this anyway? Which one is SFTW? There's so many SPACs to keep up with this one. Another SPAC I would look out for too, man, which I wish some people got in sooner, was Gore Holdings with Matterport. I think Matterport was probably a pretty good play as well. Honest, if I was being honest about that one as well, I think Matterport is a good buy-in as well. I don't know right now if it's second, but I definitely think they could, you know, come back and roar out, right? If you guys haven't, make sure you guys hit that sub button below and also hit the like button, man. I'd appreciate it. Definitely would appreciate it. Somebody say what this was? Jump on Boeing, Downs, natural markets. Good old Rolls Royce, man. Oh, Black Sky. That's what it is. Okay. Got you. I guess I probably could have just looked right here and looked at News Catalyst, right? It probably would have showed me. Yeah, I would say that's probably a pretty good buy-in, man. Because Black Sky is a, I don't know about Black Sky a lot, but I do know that obviously they're a satellite company. Let me look up something about Black Sky real quick. Oh yeah. That's probably a pretty good, probably a pretty good move, man. 1.5. Okay, is it valued at 1.5 billion? That's what I was trying to look at, see the valuations and stuff of Black Sky. See if GeekWire tells me. 1.5. Okay, yeah, $1.5 billion deal to go public in SPAC merger. Black Sky's pipeline business opportunity to be grown 1.1 billion in the past 12 months. Stands at 1.7 billion right now. Merger could produce as much as 450 million in net proceeds for Black Sky, which is obviously good, obviously, right? Yeah, I would say it's probably a pretty good play, honestly, man. I'd say it's probably a pretty good play, SFTW with Black Sky. Especially in large market, excited market. Got a market value of 1.1 billion. It's obviously started at a share price of $10, and right now it's selling for, what is it at right now? You know, $15, 15.28 aftermarket. Yeah, if you can get, I feel like if you can if you can definitely get that under like say $15, definitely a good buy-in. But right now you're pretty close at it anyway, right? So it wouldn't be like the worst buy-in in the world. I'd say you know, it looks like a pretty good buy-in, honestly. I was trying to see what their market value was at. CCIV, if the FOMO really picks up. I mean, that could happen too, stock. I definitely wouldn't buy a market order. Remember, guys, usually when you buy a market order and a stock is halted, not a good idea to have that market order there, because usually a lot of people in market orders get burnt. So if it does get halted, just wait a second, man, and buy after the halt, because you don't want to be that person who you know, gets left at the top of the mountain. Again, eventually, if you're holding long term, you'll get back up there, but it obviously cuts into some of your gains on that. What do you think about ACIC? I think ACIC is a good buy-in at the price it is right now. I actually own 500 shares of ACIC as well. When I bought into ACIC, I wanted to pretty much do the same as I did on CCIV. I just put 200 in both, or 500 in both of those shares. I don't have as good enough price as I did on there, but I did buy in. On the lower point over here on the 12th though, for $13.86, my average buy-in price on ACIC. But I think overall, I think ACIC is a good play. I think overall ACIC is a great play. Is a 3D CGI pump and dump. Racer X, stop being so negative, nerd, and shut up. I love you, but calm down, man. It's not a pump and dump, brother. We gotta be a little bit more positive there. Every time somebody mentions ACIC or like Lucid Motors, you don't have to say it's a pump and dump every time. It's okay, man. We get it. We get your thoughts. But you can use webull right there, man, to that link. I'm surprised CCIV is only up 2.7% in pre-market. I think a lot of people got scared because of that drop at the end of the day right there, though, Ben. Honestly. We're looking into CCIV Monday. Market will rocket the first 30 minutes. Wait for pullback. Again, though, people are going to make their own decisions, right? Like, I'm usually not a big fan of buying at market open either. But like, again, man, if people want to get at market open, they'll get in at market open. I think most people know that it's been in the market. I think Joby, RTP and Joby should be a good merge as well, man. Again, I think people get like last time, okay, when people get like this weird thing, like they'll have only one EV play, right? They'll only invest into, say, Tesla, or they'll only invest into, say, NIO or whatever. I think when people do that, they kind of hurt themselves. The same thing with ACIC and, say, Joby, right? I think when you invest only into one company, you kind of narrow yourself into one hole, and when you do that, you kind of, you know, pigeon-foot yourself pretty much, and then you kind of hurt yourself overall. And I think investing into both is not a bad idea. I don't think Joby's going to be like a stock you only want to invest in for one thing, right? I don't know. Some people would say differently, right? Some people say differently though. I think when you pigeonhole yourself, I think you kind of shoot yourself in the foot a little bit. If you guys haven't joined Discord though, there's a Discord link as well. Whose links you talking about, Gary? If you haven't joined our Discord, right there's a Discord link. Anybody can join Discord. Talking about it though. I trust your judgment, and I looked into it. Archer looks awesome. Placed in order for market open. I think, dude, honestly, again, man, I think Archer has one of the best plans out there. It already has very good, buy-ins right now. You got ARC just investing into it. You got United Airlines, who just put $1 billion order in to partner with them. They're right now making a very good working model as well. And by 2023, they're looking to mass produce it. I don't see what's to hate there, man. I don't see what's to hate there, dude. Like, I really don't. Like, But again, I mean, you know, people make their own decisions, man. But I think they have a very good model in place. And obviously, these other companies that know more than we do because they have billions of dollars, they know a lot more money, a lot more than we do. You know, why would ARK Invest be putting so much money in there? Why would United Airlines, you know, sign a huge deal with ACIC, and then for future, and then why would these other air companies be looking to partner with ACIC as well? So I don't know, man. But everybody's different, dude. Everybody's different. And like I said, I try to see everybody's angles, but when some people are just very negative about it over and over again, man, it kind of gets kind of a little bit annoying. Just a little bit, man. It's okay to be like, I don't like that company, but every time somebody brings it up, you're like, I hate that. It's a pump and dump. Like, it's a little much, man. That's all it is. A little much there. What kind of graphics card you got in that beast? Oh, this right here is actually not a good graphics card at all. The best graphics card I have is actually only 1080 Ti, and that's in the gaming PC right below me. I do have a gaming PC right here right below. It's what I use. This is actually the PC I use for like stock trades and stuff. And the PC you guys are on is right here, which is right here. So this one right here is just my streaming PC. It only has like AMD, like I think it's a 570. Let me look real quick. Tell you for sure. But it only has an RX 570 in it. I have boxes everywhere now because I was going through a lot of crap, so I just put boxes against the walls and every restriction for right now. But it's just like I said, that graphics card doesn't even get used, honestly. It's more about in this computer anyway. It's more about the AMD, you know, chipset that lets us stream at higher quality rates and stuff, right? Whereas the gaming PC has an Intel in it with a 1080 Ti, but again, it's, you know, older too. But it plays games perfectly fine and does everything I need it to do, right? So I don't really care about like super up to date. So some people are obviously, you know, they got their 3080s or 3070s and stuff. So let me bring that away real quick. Oh, you're talking about BNG. Okay, let me look up BNGO real quick. I'll bring up BNGO before I get talking about SPACs again. Those are just companies I'm excited about, right? CCIV, ACIC. Yeah, those are very like cool SPAC companies I'm actually super excited about. I know a lot of people have been wanting to talk about them, so I figured, you know, today would be a great day to talk about, you know, some SPACs and some future plays. I think I can't talk, dude. I'll say BG. Genomics, Biogenomics. I think those are great. I think it's a great company, honestly. I don't know how high it's going to go, but I could definitely see BNGO going to you know, like $20 or so. I don't know if it's going to go much higher than $20 though. Thanks for your time. I'll be back, man. Good luck this week. Yo, Ben. Hey, man. Thank you so much, dude, for the $5 hollers, brother. Again, thank you so much for the $10, and here's a clap for you. There you go, man. There you go, my dude. I think BNGO should be good. I've actually in BNGO. We've been in BNG. I've been in BNGO since about $1.50. So we've been killing it on BNGO. I like BNGO. I like it a lot. I don't know where it's gonna go to, but I can see it hitting $20, man. Eventually, I can see it hitting $20. I don't know how high the ceiling is on that though, right? It might hit like 18, 20. But I could definitely see it hitting in that area though. It for sure should have at least another couple more bucks in there. Where do you think CCIV will be early trading in the AM? I think it's going to be up a lot because of this article that just came out saying that it's going to get signed on Tuesday. So if you guys don't know, Friday there was an article, or was it Saturday? I think it was Friday. There's an article that came out. Yeah, it's Friday. Article came out at the end of the day, like later in the day, I think. Let me look. Let me make sure it was Friday. I don't want to get my words wrong here, and like somebody in the chat like, but it wasn't that day. I got it, dude. I'm sorry. I messed it up. What day was it, chat? Somebody tell me. I can look it up real quick. Whatever. What day was that? Was it Saturday? Okay, was it Saturday, right? Was it Saturday? Okay, Saturday, yesterday. There was an article that came out that said that it's probably going to get signed Tuesday. That should added a catalyst to hype. So that's probably going to shoot the price up on CCIV. But there was one negative in that whole article. It said that you know, they're thinking the market valuation for Lucid is 15 billion. So that should hurt the price a little bit because 12 billion won't really hurt the price because it's just a different evaluation, right? So a 12 billion price would maybe bring that price down $10, or 15 billion bring the price down $10, whereas a $12 billion price tag would bring it up $10. Kind of what it did back when people thought it was $12 or 12 billion price tag. If I put in an order now, it probably won't get filled right. If you're on webull, you can wake up though on webull. Let me check. If you don't have a webull account, definitely have one. But webull, you don't have to buy in that market. You can buy in, you know, pre-market, like way before, right? 4 hours before market even opens. You can buy in webull, you know, forever before, so then you can just get in super early. But if you put a market order in, it's not going to fill until market opens, right? And kind of gets processed with everybody else's, so it could be, you know, a lot higher. And usually market open is a little bit more volatile. So I don't know where it's going to put you in at a buy-in price, right? Because pre-markets could shoot the price up to $60 again, maybe, I don't know. And then their market order might go in at $65 or something crazy, right? But again, if you're in for the long haul, it really won't matter too much. Really won't matter too much. If you guys do open a webull account, you put $100 in, you get 2 free stocks worth $1,800. What do you think about companies that have stocks held at 110% by institutions, and what does that indicate? A lot of those shares, if you're talking about like shares being over like shorted or and stuff like that. Is that what you're talking about? So like bigger places holding stocks, and they're like, you know, they're like, you know, you can loan stocks out, right? And that's how those loans get shorted. Those stocks get shorted, and a stock can get shorted more than once. And it's kind of crazy, dude. Free stocks are free for a reason on webull. Hey, focus. I mean, you say that, but we've got a few people get fake split stocks, so that's not really a free stock, right, dude? And a lot of people have been getting zone stocks as well. There's also been a lot of Ford stocks, which is $20. $20 is $20, man. $20 is more than free. I'll take any money for free anyway. But you can start trading, you know, 4 hours before, 4 hours after. There's a lot to it right there, man. Honestly. How do I feel about Neo? I love Neo. Love it, man. I'm headstrong on Neo, man. Neo and Xpeng are my two you know, China EV plays, right? That will probably flood into the you know, American market, and is already flooding into the European market. Are you going to play PLTR? I'm not going to buy no more PLTR. I already bought PLTR at $25, and I'm just going to sit on PLTR, man. I think PLTR under $30 is probably pretty good. Good buy-in price. I think over $30, you know. I don't know how much further it's going to go. Obviously, it could go back to $40. Again, I bought in for a long-term position at 25 though. I bought in for a long-term position at the 25 mark. Remember, guys, if you guys haven't hit the like button below, you do that. If you guys aren't a sub, we're almost at 2.5K. It'd be awesome to get to there as well. Make sure you guys hit that sub button. Shout out again to Ben, man, for the 2 tips tonight through the super chat, man. Again, those things help me support my family and allow me to, you know, continue to do this, and pushes me to, you know, continue to go more. Direct bank transfer. I'll go to my bank tomorrow. Yeah. Webull's very secure, honestly, Garrett. So Gary. So yeah, it's a little bit. It is a little bit more difficult in some areas, but I do like the platform overall. I've been using it a lot more over the last year than I think they've gotten a lot better as well in terms of like their app and everything in general. Yo, what's up, J Wad? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, my man. Good to see you, brother. Remember, if you guys haven't joined our Discord, though, man, you can join Discord right here to that link. Anybody can join Discord as well. And love to have you guys be a part of the family, man. What do you think about BTC? Oh, you're talking about the ETF for Bitcoin? Is that what it is? Isn't that what it is? BTCC. Is it even out yet, though? I don't know if it's even out. You're talking about the ETF for it? Is it ETF, right? I think. ACIC Spac. I think that's what it is, because I don't even think, like, you know, I don't think it's even on a lot of the marketplaces yet, because it's so new. Or newer, I should say. It's only been available since like the 18th. I mean, I guess if you're looking to get an ETF for Bitcoin, man, it probably wouldn't be the worst idea in the world, right? You would think it'd do pretty decent. I mean, as long as Bitcoin is doing good. You know, if Bitcoin shoots back down during the summer when people learn that or the end of summer when people learn that, you know, inflation is not as much as it is, you know, I could see Bitcoin come down a little bit in price. Then you maybe see like a little drawdown at the end, but at the end, Bitcoin's going to continue eventually go up in price no matter what. Same thing with like Litecoin and all those others. Thoughts on X1? You're talking about Zone? That's one of the stocks that Webull's giving away for free right now. Actually, there's been quite a few people said they got Zone stocks. I think Zone should do well just because they have. Again, they have some contracts with the military, which is always huge for a company. It means they'll probably get more contracts with other companies as well. And it's a 3D printing thing. And plus, they're doing 3D printing inside of, like, you know, shipment containers, which is pretty awesome in general. I think it's probably a pretty good buy-in, honestly. Probably a pretty good buy-in, man. I don't know where it's going to go to. I mean, they do have a high price of $59 right now. So I mean, maybe it'll go to 60 or so. Look at their market cap real quick. They almost got a $1 billion market cap right now as well. That could get pushed up pretty quick. Their PE's not terrible either, so. PE's not terrible either, man. Again, they do have some really good contracts as well. Everybody buy Dogecoin. I think Dogecoin's a little bit too high for my blood right now, man. I'll wait till Dogecoin goes down like 3 cents again. And then I'll buy in and then sell it when it goes back at like 6 cents. Or I'll at least wait till like some big hype train comes along. What do I think about CTRM? My thoughts about CTRM are the same as my thoughts about SHIP, which is Synergy. I think they're great companies. Again, they're kind of on like a little bit of a hype wave right now. But I do think these companies will do better during the summer once, you know, recovery and like some of these pandemic, you know, kind of dies down a little bit. I do think these maritime type companies should do better then as well. So I said one day that if you can get CTRM under $1, it's probably a really good buy-in. Around $1.20 shouldn't be terrible either. But if I was going to buy more in, it'd probably be right under $1 again if I could, or at least like around $1. It's the same thing with SHIP as well. SHIP's another maritime company. I own both of these as well. So again, I do own both of these. They both had their highs right here. They both got new ships. So SHIP and CTRM both bought new ships around the same time, which is why you've seen this hype level on both of them at literally almost like the same exact days. But I do think in the future, these things, you know, they could be SHIP and CTRM could be probably maybe like $3 or so. Have you talked about AMC? Would like to know what your opinion is on Wanda converting their stock from Classic B to Class A stocks. Do you think the buyout is coming? If you're talking about a buyout couldn't happen, Jeffrey. I'm 99% sure from everything I've read. A buyout could not happen until 2022. So maybe they're getting ready for 2022 buyout. That could happen in 2022. From everything I've read, that's a thing. So I think AMC at its price point should be as a good buy-in at this point, as a recovery play at least. Even if you don't see a big oomph in price point, I think overall, AMC is probably a good buy and hold as a recovery stock. And if you're not buying for recovery, you could buy for hopefully them getting bought out, later on in like 2022. But from everything I've read, man, AMC can't get bought out yet because of like movies that have played at the theaters, and it's a bunch of stuff there. You can look at an article. You can literally just go and Google like why can't AMC get bought out until 2022. There's a lot of info out there. It's a lot more explained than me sitting here, but yeah. What do you think about GME? Is it going to move? I don't know. I wish it would. I wish both GME and AMC both would move. I wish they both would move, honestly. It'd be great to see, man. I think both of them need volume. And I think a catalyst to that volume could be the way that these, court casings end up, or the court hearings end up. Could be a catalyst to push both those stocks forward. I would say both AMC and GME are like smoldering and just need some wind, man, or some air blowing underneath them to bop them up, if that's what you're looking to happen. So again, it's more of a what could happen in terms of volume numbers. Volume happens and you're good. If volume doesn't happen, it's going to be kind of eh. Oh, CCIV Grundy is going to be nuts, man. CCIV is going to be, especially if they get announced that they're getting bought. When earnings come out, I mean, earnings are not going to be good anyway because AMC's not really been open. AMC's not really been open, so I think earnings aren't going to be the best. But again, it is a hype stock, so I don't know if earnings are really going to matter a lot. I don't think earnings are going to matter a ton. These bigger institutions that have been buying in have either been buying in for a bump in the, a bump in price, or buying in for as a recovery stock, just to have money there. Just to have money there, right? So there's a lot that goes into AMC and GME. I think a little bit more into GME, just because GME has a little bit more factors that need to happen for it to go up, whereas AMC literally has all the factors right there. It just needs some volume pumped into that. PDAC. I can look at that real quick. PDAC, dude. This the company has big plans to recycle batteries. This is a battery company or a battery recycling? Battery recycling company. Okay, Life Cycles goes public. Okay. Never mind. So it's. I actually haven't even looked at this one before, honestly. PADC. But it is a battery company though, right? Battery cycling company Life Cycle. Actually, I haven't even looked into this one, to be honest. I did hear about Life Cycle, but I didn't know which one they were merging with. I did not know which one they were merging with, at least. I'll leave that one there. Let me do some quick search up, because I do think these battery companies, man, that are coming out, like Life Cycle and other ones should do very well. They should do well, at least, especially with the EV market growing, right? And especially with a battery recycling company, you think they even do better just because of there's gonna be a lot of need for that. Should be a lot of need, at least. Obviously, you feel bad for people bought in at $17, right? It's like, dude. But it looks like if you can get in at this 13, 12, $12.50 to $13.50 area, you should be fine. It might not be like a popper. Like CCI, it's not gonna be like a popper like CCIV or something. But these recycling, like battery type companies, man, should do well. Just like Black Sky, or the Black Sky Satellites venture merger, man. I think that would be a really good one as well. It's just you're not gonna see like some crazy like astronomical numbers, but if you're looking for like a good slow growth, good earner that's just gonna continue to grow, companies like that should do well. Do you pay taxes on your stocks? Everybody has to pay taxes on their stocks, Avin. If you don't pay tax on your stocks, then the IRS comes and they hurt you, man. They break your arms, they break you down and say, "Listen here," and then everybody cries, and I cry, and we all cry together. Because I definitely don't want to cry. But I put money into either CCIV or ACIC for coming week, especially. Do you guys suggest CCIV? I know both will go up. CCIV will probably have the biggest gains, yes. I think ACIC might have some pretty good gains here and there because more people are seeing that. Obviously, like ARK Invest came into them as well. I could definitely see ACIC the next week or so being like $20, $20 or so like that. But I definitely think, like, obviously, if you're trying to really quick, CCIV would probably be the faster earner. I wish stocks were tax free, yeah. That's the reason why I honestly like a lot of my stocks are in long-term holds. You pay less taxes on long-term holds. That's the reason why I usually do a couple day trades a day, and I don't really bother with it after that, right? I like to go through stocks with you guys, long-term trade or long-term holds. Obviously, I have some, monthly holds or like a weekly hold as well. I do this as well, but I hate paying more taxes more taxes. So if it's something that makes sense for a short-term, bump in my money, it makes sense. Obviously, then it's like, oh, whatever, I'll pay the tax money then, whatever. But if I can hold it long-term and make a lot of good money out of it as well, I'll just hold it long-term and pay less taxes. Every extra stock. That's a good question. That's a good answer as well, man, Jeffrey. That's another good one as well, Jeff. I agree with that, man. If you're looking like to get extra stocks, yeah, definitely ACIC is there as well. But it's because you're obviously going to get less stocks with CCIV as was with ACIC. And plus, it's gonna, I guess it's IPO. And remember, Archer will be the ticker will be ARCH in the future. So it's not always going to be ACIC. Don't remember when that would happen. I think it's June or July. I think, Jeffrey. I think it's sometime this year. I think. Don't get me wrong though. I think it's June. I want to say June. I think it is June, man. I think. I'll probably get flamed for saying this, but I think Rashad's 0.1% tax makes sense to keep hedges out and protect market. I mean, obviously, there's going to be some plus and downs with everything. There's going to be some good things, Brendan, that some people like, and it's going to actually help, but also have a little bit negative effect on other things, right? There's like you have to get that middle ground. You have to have a middle ground there. I think it's June, maybe July. I did talk about GME. Simple GME answer real quick is that one, GME needs a catalyst to help push it forward again. Obviously, having some really good hearings with the GameStop hearings over the next weeks is really going to help out a lot on that one. And obviously, volume definitely needs to happen on GME. It's volume's way down. Those three things, we need a catalyst for hype and volume up. It would be the main two things for GME. There's some other factors here and there as well. But that's like the super quick, thesis on GME. Because I've talked about GME and AMC a ton. Buying some call options tomorrow for PLTR tomorrow. Some shares for Open, Ozone. Long term, I'm thinking Clove, Sins, Kappa, DMT. That's probably not a bad idea, Nate. Not a bad idea, man. I could see that, Nate. Definitely, bro. I can definitely see it. One last big swing trade on CCIV. Once the Lucid merger happens, take the profits and then dump them in AMC. It might be a good idea right there too, Gabriel. Like I said, I like both companies. I like CCIV and I like ACIC. Like I said, my SPAC for EVs right now for the ground market is Lucid, and then my SPAC for the above ground, I guess taxi EV market would be ACIC for sure. There's nothing like big on PLTR, but I think PLTR under $30 is a great buy-in price. You and even me. I definitely think those are PLTR under $30. You should be okay. I got PLTR when it dipped to 25, but I think PLTR in the long run under 30 is a great buy-in price. Wondering what Chatham's tweet was about. Maybe he is getting back in the GM. I don't know. I'm wondering what it is too, Nate. I'm wondering what it is too, man. We'll see what happens, right? We'll definitely see what happens, man. You talking about weed stocks, Justin? I mean, obviously weed stocks are great, especially for future plays. I think weed stocks should be fine, man, for future tendencies. ABA. ABA. One Q to 3. I wonder what their year over year. Like, I wonder what their. I mean, I get their year over year is that, but I mean, obviously they did go down a little bit in there, but it's nothing terrible, I guess. Market cap 641 million. Their PE flows -1, pretty much. What kind of company is this anyway? ACIC Bio. Oh, okay. Therapeutic company. May report negative earnings. Did they report earnings already? Definitely look out for that. If they haven't reported their earnings yet, if it's actually negative, it might hurt the stock a little bit. But again, remember, like these therapeutic companies and like, what do you call them? Like biopharm and pharmaceutical companies, they're all based on news, right? And what are they doing in the market, and what their trials are doing, like if FDA approvals happen, like those are catalysts to make those burst right in their seams and pop, kind of what like KMPH has been doing, right? Like, you know, the closer we get to KMPH's FDA approval days, like, you know, the further that stock goes up. Same thing with any of these therapeutic or biopharma or pharmaceuticals, or like any of these companies, man. They're definitely based on news, man. And those news catalysts can catapult them to crazy heights. West Texas oil ETF by chance. I have 12 options. The Arctic freeze in Texas has halted production. That sucks, Gabriel. That really blows. Bioplastics, no YouTuber has barely mentioned this stock. 5x easily by 2026. Bioplastics, it's probably a good area, man, honestly. Yeah, bioplastics is definitely a little bit more of a future play too, right? They got really good outlooks, man, though. I mean, they're only trading at 49.50 almost. They got some good outlooks, right? So not bad. It doesn't look like a bad company, man, honestly. But yeah, these like bioplastics and things like that are definitely gonna be things that we're gonna need a lot of in the future. Like these biodegradable, you know, products are gonna be something we're definitely gonna need. And it's only going to go up in price, right? They got a market cap of 4.19 billion. That's good, man. Their P levels are good. Their P levels are in a great place as well. Where's their Ford? The Ford POE is 105. Not terrible. Yeah, because you got to look at, they're looking at this thing as in the future, right? Not like right now. Like, yeah, it's doing good right now, but the future, the plays like this would be even more significant. Because if you would have wrote this back from, you know, 6 months ago, man, you know, you would have almost 2.5 times your money on that. If you would have went to $6, you would have 3x'd it. Yeah, I think bioplastics, I think, like, I've talked about that before, honestly, man. Like, biodegradable stuff in the future is definitely something that's going to be needed. So, it's only a market that's going to grow. I think I talked about that one day last week. As a round table with my team on what we were looking for this week. Yeah, I like this time of year. I like Sundays, man, because and that's what I want to start doing. Sundays is going to be, get on here talking to you guys, talking about SPACs and talking about stocks that we're looking forward in the future. I feel like that's a good Sunday move, right? And Saturday I'll make, you know, videos as well, and then obviously I'll do like I do during the weekday, where weekday I do a live stream and then do you know, a video in the evening, live stream during the day, video in the evening, live stream in the day. I've been trying to put a lot of time into this stream, man, and try to help, you know, as much as I can and grow the community. If you guys have and you guys want to join our community deal, man, you guys can join our Discord. All right, that's not the Discord link. No. You can join Webull through that link, though. You join Webull through that link. You deposit $100 of Webull, you get 2 free stocks worth $1,800. But you can join the Discord through that link right there. There's a Discord link. There it is, man. I did it. Get excited on Sundays. Let's see. TSNP. I think we just talked about TSNP earlier, didn't we? Can't remember. Is this wait a minute. I'm confused. I don't know nothing about TSP, but it's obviously delisted. It obviously got delisted. But if I was trying to get into sports betting stuff, I would just, you know, buy into like Gamble or something like that, honestly. That's what I do like. If stock drops below your trailing stop loss in less than 1 minute, does your order execute? Okay, if stock drops below your trailing stop loss in less than 1 minute, I think it just depends, man. Because like, sometimes I've seen people's like, you know, some people's trailing stop loss not get put into effect, obviously. Then they get RIP'd. That's definitely a issue that could happen. I think you're in one of those like maybe chances type groups, right? Where you're chancing it. Where you're like, this could happen, but it might not. If it's dropping, like if it just goes through the sea, man, like just, you know what I mean, like super quick. But there's definitely been plenty of people say their trailing stop loss didn't kick in, right? I've never had an issue before on it, but I've seen people have issues, man. I've seen people, you know, have certain issues with those kind of things. I mean, obviously, blockchains are a good play right now. I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna, you know, argue that. That's for sure. They've been going to crazy heights, man, more than what you would think of. More than what you think, man. Yo, shout out again to Ben, man, for the tips earlier through the super chat. I appreciate you. Again, if you're still here, Ben, I think he said he was leaving, but shout out to Ben, man. Shout out to anybody who's hit the like button, anybody who's hit the sub button as well. It means a lot. I appreciate everybody being here, supporting the stream. I did MNKD a little bit ago. I think you should be good on MNKD. MNKD though. I think you should be good there, Dre. Arton for long term. Oh yeah, this is a CBD cigarette stuff. I remember now. I don't know. Remember, it is like a super penny stock, man. So again, I'd only put money you're willing to lose in these. I only put money you're willing to lose, obviously, because you never know, man. You never know. Is it even a penny yet? Like below a penny. Very, very, very small stock. Yeah, I don't know enough about that company, but I do remember reading about them though. Because I remember them because they are a CBD play. So it might be a good play, honestly. I mean, CBD's, you know, always going up at this point, right? CBDs, man. Blockchain's the best. I mean, blockchain stocks are doing very well, man. As long as Bitcoins and other crypto does well, blockchain should do well as well. Yeah, I don't know much. I don't know a lot about Arton, man. I really don't. I mean, like I said, you can tell it's very low stock. So if you're putting money into Arton, I'd only put money that you're willing to lose into stocks like that. Definitely only do that. I mean, again, this is another like super penny stock. Don't put money in this you're not willing to lose, right? Because these can go up and then come straight back down. I'm not saying it's going to, because it does look like a metals market, right? The Asian metal market, so it could continue to go up. There's just not a lot of info to read off of, right? There's no like market caps. There's no like, you know, PEs for me to read right this second. These things might be a good play, but again, remember, you make sure you're very like, you know, if you're going to put money in these type of companies, make sure you're only got willing to lose type of money, right? Alpine Tech. I think somebody mentioned this last week, actually. This stock seems very familiar. Going to have new growth. Clouds out. They had Q1 growth at least, right? Not a lot of news catalysts for this one, though. Market cap, 800 mil. PE, where's our future P's at? It doesn't have a future P. They've had steady growth since November, though. They've had steady growth since November, man. I say if you can get on at a good price and make sure you have like a trailing stop loss because their volume is very low, as you can tell too, right? It's lower volume. But, you know, this could be a little bit more hectic in terms of like, you know, pricing going up and down a little bit. Then you're gonna get a good price and make sure you don't, you know, lose out a lot in terms of put your trailing stop loss. You might be okay on that one. Yeah, I'll look at this one real quick. CB, wait a second. Some Bitcoin was impressed this week. How about this one right here? Empowering Clinks, CBDT. I think Cent should do well. I think Cent should do well, man. Just like PaveMed, man. PaveMed's another one that's I think should do well as well. It definitely had a lot of rocket here lately. It definitely been rocketing up, man. That's for darn sure. I mean, their Q4s were positive, so that's good. Q4s were good. What other Q1's gonna do as well? Yeah, that may be a good one, man, honestly. I have to look a little bit more into it and see what's going on there, but doesn't look like it'd be a bad one. Since earnings Tuesday and hoping FDA approves the 180 and 365 programs for their stuff. Yeah, me too, dude. Me too, Nate. Plenty of time to get in. Yeah. If AMC starts to run, I definitely have plenty of time for you guys to get in, man. Definitely plenty of time to get in. Hopefully we see some good news from AMC and GME this week. Hopefully, you know, ACIC, CCIV does well. Like a lot of these things do very well, and we'll see what happens, man. Yeah, Dave, right here, man. I'll post it in chat. It's if you want to use what I'm using webull. It's a great program to use, man. If you open up account, put $100 in for your stocks, you get 2 free stocks worth $1,800. We had a few people get some Facebook stocks, so that's pretty awesome. Is GME? I don't think anybody has the answer. GME is going to rise or not. Honestly, Morgan, I think GME obviously has some factors to get into place, which is mostly volume, and we need to get some more hype around it. I think the best things for that one is going to be though is how these hearings go. Right, the hearings go well. I think we'll see GME probably go up, and we'll see that hype around GME go up as well, and see volume go up. Same thing with AMC. We just need volume on AMC though. AMC's ready, man. It just needs volume. And I think Sense and, again, like PaveMed and Sense should do very well as well. You're late to the party, Morgan. Yeah, I'm actually about to hop off, though. We have been live for, like, what, 2 hours? I need to eat food. We've been on for almost 3 hours. What the heck, chat? It's almost 8 o'clock. Oh. I told myself I was going to go on for, like, an hour, man. It's been 3 hours now. Shout out again to Ben, man. Ben donated tonight through the super chat, man. Shout out to Ben. I appreciate you, man. That allows me to continue to do these things and supports me and my family. If you guys have it, make sure you guys hit the like button below, though. The likes help out as well. If you're not a sub, make sure you guys hit the sub button. That'll definitely help out as well. But I'm probably going to head out, though, guys, because it is late and I need to eat food. I haven't eaten dinner yet, and I'm hungry. Switch Webull this weekend. What intervals are you set on? I like MA15s. Everybody's gonna like something a little bit different, though, right? Everybody's gonna like a little bit something. Usually, like MA5, MA15s. If that's what you're talking about. Obviously, you know, RSIs as well. But there's different people out there that like different things, man. So might be something you have to tweak around with and see what you like the most. You're the best, bro. Yo, thank you, man. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate it, man. Brazilian, can you speak more slow, please? Antonio. I appreciate you, though. Yeah. I'll try to remember that, Antonio. Like I said, I'm a little bit hyped, though. I'm not going to lie. My ADHD, it's hard. I get to talking about things I love, which are stocks and real estate and stuff, man. It's hard for me to chill it out for a minute. I get a little crazy. I have Doge, Cash App, Robinhood, Fidelity, just in case any one of them blocks me from buying meme stocks. Yeah, I feel you there. I feel you there, Brendan. I mean, I have multiple places as well. I just like Webull the most so far, especially since they've just been innovating a lot, and I like a lot of their chartings now and everything. So they went from being one of the ones I didn't like as much in charting, and now I like it the most in charting. So they definitely done a lot of upgrades and done a lot of stuff. So, yo, thank you so much for subscribing as well. If you guys aren't a sub, make sure you guys hit the button below the sub button. Make sure you guys hit the like button below. Again, shout out to Ben, man, for the $10 tonight. I appreciate you, Ben. Like I said, it definitely allows me to support my family, allows me to continue to be able to do these things. So I appreciate all you guys that donate towards the channel, and I appreciate you guys that are just here, man. I appreciate you guys that are subbed or liking the streams. I'll have a video out. I don't know if I'll have a video out tonight because it's so late. So I probably won't have a video out tonight. I'll probably just do a stream tomorrow and a video tomorrow night, and then next Sunday I'll do an earlier stream. Today I kind of had to shovel snow and crap, so I won't get a video out tonight probably because it would be too late. I don't want to pump one out at like 10 o'clock. So next week on Sunday we'll do a stream and then a video, and then obviously Sunday through Friday we'll do stream, video, and then Saturday I'll do two videos. Might be some days in there where I maybe do a stream and 2 videos. We'll see what happens. I work myself to death a little bit sometimes, so I don't want to get too crazy with it. Night. Yo, peace out, Brendan. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out and being super awesome. And like I said, again, I appreciate everybody being here, man. Shout out again to Ben earlier for the $10 tip. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning for some stocks, man, from Stomps. Hopefully we have a green week. Everybody hit the like button if you haven't for the green week. Okay? We need positive vibes. We need positive vibes, man. That's all I'm asking. Positive vibes, chat, for tomorrow. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow, though, in the morning. Everybody sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And I'll see you then. Peace out, chat. Stay safe.